She went to console somebody that his daddy had just died. He gets off the phone with his family. Like she hugged him and he's distraught, put his head on her shoulder. Then she said she just noticed that the head comes down. She said she was now thinking that no, it's not possible.
Daddy has
another
gone.
one said that her
So the next thing.
Yes, another one said that her fiance after whipping, knock her waiting no good. So she was just like,
I really don't want to be thinking about Big Daddy while...
Imagine if you now burst into tears halfway.
You know what I'm saying? Finish for Daddy.
Are you into big boom?
Keep telling people you have anxiety issues. It's a lie. You are just wicked and mad.
Look, you've done BBL and we're all happy for you. Carry your new bum and go outside.
This is the podcast for you.
I'm not poor. Are you sure? It's because they are vaping. Now everybody's marrying on time.
At your big age.
Wait now. Do you know that I don't have clean pants to wear tomorrow?
I said what I said. The Unsolicited Opinions podcast starts now.
Please, this is a public place.
What is that?
Hello.
What is that?
Hello. Hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is I Said What I Said podcast.
Hello.
This is Faye Kemi. This
Hello.
is Jola.
Hi.
After a week of quiet reflection,
Hello.
we are here. We are here to record another episode
We are here.
for you.
Yes, we are.
What did we do this week? What did we talk about this week?
I don't know. It was a very meandering conversation.
It was, wasn't it?
Actually, we were kind of up and down.
We spoke about testimonies.
We did. We spoke about testimonies.
We gave a personal review from the last episode. with
Yes,
the
we did. We spoke about the
polygamous
last
wives.
episode. We spoke about what would happen if we won
If
the
you won
lottery.
the lottery.
We spoke about
Egg freezing
Yeah, we spoke
updates.
about egg freezing. We did some dilemmas.
Yes, we did some
What
really
else?
dilemmas.
We spoke about like being like a stan / having hobbies. It's interesting. Listen,
Yeah.
believe me.
We spoke
Don't worry.
about sexual
Trust
grief.
me, it's good. Yeah. We spoke about people who are grief sexual. Apparently,
All sorts are happening. But yeah,
Yes.
it was a fun episode as usual.
Yes.
Enjoy.
Bye. Hello, boys and girls.
Hello all.
Blessed Lent and Ramadan Mubarak to you all. Karim. Who knows? And all the rest of you that are doing Year of the Firehouse, well done.
Is that what it is this year?
It is well done to you also in that. And then there's also something eclipse, solar eclipse, one thing.
Is that for the
That's for
star
the
sign people?
Yeah, astronomy girl. There's one thing is coming out of one. Anyway, good luck to everybody involved in this current period of time.
Are you observing Lent?
Yes.
Really?
I mean, I don't observe Lent in I'm not Catholic and I don't go to Mass, but I do give something up or take something
Oh,
on.
okay, fair.
In general, I do fast on occasion during Lent.
That's good.
You?
I'm good. Thank you. But I
Yeah.
feel like maybe if I'm not going to do it properly, if I'm not going to do the full thing,
Yeah.
then, and I've also stopped all this, I'm giving up gossiping. I'm giving up wearing 2 earrings. Like, people
Yeah, I didn't
just
actually give up.
choose-
I don't. My mom normally give up rice, and I'm like, let's just sit down our dieting. No, I didn't give up anything. I took something on.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm sure the Holy Spirit is like, nothing is by
Yeah.
force. You can't come and tell me, oh, I'm giving up fornication.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, you're supposed to be doing that already.
Yeah, I'm
Babe.
like, is this
I
for
don't-
you or not? So yeah, I took up.
I don't get it. And that is actually my unsafe space to
Bible
start the
reading
year.
and some prayer time.
People that give up irrelevant things so they can feel among. So like Catholics will actually be talking about, this season is what I'm praying about. And instead of saying, oh, that's lovely, you must join the conversation.
Just say you
and
give
you're
up Haribo. Okay.
I'm giving up. No, they won't even give up the full Haribo. They'll be like, oh, I'm giving up the physical because that's my favorite. I have it every day. It's like, oh,
Thank you so much for your
for
contribution.
your call. Yeah, very odd behavior.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, that made me think of something. No, we'll talk about it later on in
Though
the
when I
episode.
used to give up rice, it was very hard.
Yes, it is.
Bro, it was so
I've never even
and my
tried that
mom used to
before.
force us to pray on it, on all the times we'll be eating rice. It was actually very, very hard. it was really, really, really tough.
Yeah, but we eat the average person
Yeah.
that
And every time I
know,
complain, she'd be like, this is the point. Now you go and pray. How would they say you should
Yeah,
do?
the average person I know probably eats rice 9 times a week.
Yeah.
Between lunch and dinner.
Yeah, it was so hard. I just,
If you're
all of
my-
a sudden, I was like, so there's nothing to eat. I
Yeah.
don't even know what else to
If
exist.
you're my brother, even breakfast too. So
Yeah, it was really, really wild.
yeah.
But yeah, this year I decided to be a serious person and take on 1 or 2.
My mom just finished her own fasting. She did, I think it was 3 weeks or a month or something. And then the last week, or was it the last 2 weeks, she did. So she would break her fast with fruit and vegetables. She wasn't eating. And I was just like,
yeah, it's very interesting.
It was great, and prayers were great, but the part of me just kept thinking, will I not just take the issues or the problem?
No, I think it's, so I went to this, I think I said this on first. I went with Amaka to her mom to their retreat, which was in a Catholic church anyways. And it was every day in January. And it was just so fascinating. I actually really enjoyed it. Obviously, I'm not Catholic, but so it was after the Mass.
Okay.
And so it was more like a, what do they call it? Charismatic service. It was more a charisma. And they had different priests coming every week from a different part of Nigeria. And, there would be prayer there, and everybody had a different like style. And obviously it wasn't like Pentecostal church because it was in the Catholic church, but it was so interesting. But I just thought about it that, you see these retreats that I'm coming to, it was 7 to 8.
Okay.
That's all. And I just kept thinking to myself, so imagine if I had such a discipline for life, as if for prayer and worship. That's actually what I took on for Lent this
an hour of
it's
prayer.
not, mine is even more than that. I did a prayer tithe.
Oh,
It's
that's
2
good.
hours and 24 minutes of not
your day.
prayer, but like prayer and worship and sermon. Bro, actually, it's actually not that difficult anymore.
You just have to choose it.
You just have to choose it. You just have to.
You
And I
just have to
realized
choose
that
it.
actually, this is my choice. I can do interesting things.
Yes.
Like, I was like, there's nobody giving me a plan here. I can actually focus
Oh, you can 100% do
on
it.
what is interesting. So it's been nice to discover a lot of new music, which has been quite exciting. But going to that, I was just like, oh wow, this is how people.
I've told you that I'm thinking of going back to an Orthodox church.
Same.
So I think I have a lot of personal, I butt heads with some of the Catholic doctrine. Not everything makes sense to me. But the truth is,
I kept getting in trouble. Not in trouble, but people kept knowing that I wasn't Catholic for one reason. So when you walk out and when you walk in, they kneel. There's a place where you kneel like to the front, and then as we're going, I'm sorry that I don't know the name. As we're going, there's another kind of gold like section where people kneel. And of course, I never remembered this kneeling issue. And obviously, there's a lot of kneeling in the service and standing up. And so I'll just have to observe it that, everybody has knelt down and then I'll kneel. But it was the going out and coming in. I even saw some people like coming into the compound. There's like a Jesus Mary thing. And some people would just like brief curtsy.
Oh, okay,
like,
yes.
Like not kneeling
show
down,
reverence,
just show reverence.
Yeah.
And so I would miss all these showing reverence points. And so when we go outside and greet, people will just be like, oh, okay, is this your first time here? Like, how do you know? And they're like, you didn't, everybody was bending down in the thing. So,
remember when I told Dimma that I was considering becoming Catholic, the way she jumped up, do you? I told her, and I told it was her and Chidera.
I don't.
Yeah. So, but I quite enjoy the Anglican Church. I really, really do.
Yeah.
Because I do. I think it generally does also depend on your parish. And
I think
stuff
so.
like that.
I think it all really depends.
But I like Anglican churches. I find Baptist churches a bit too.
Yeah.
They're too close to where I'm coming from.
The truth of the matter with this church thing is the church I like the most, they just, I don't want to say they ruin everything. A lot of stuff happened. Hillsong was really my jam.
Yeah, but
in London, I loved it so
I'm not going
much.
back to. I feel like I'm too distracted in Pentecostal churches. I'm so sorry. So this type of thing, for instance, like what I've noticed with the Pentecostal church, because everything is so based on the vibe of whoever is leading. it becomes a cult of personality.
Exactly.
And we lie about that so much.
But that's just the fact.
But that's just the fact. So
that's just the fact.
The idea that your entire faith can be shaken because somebody is going through a personal crisis of faith on their own is very, very, at this point, we have to be realistic.
You actually have to, you have to examine the matter and ask yourself that what's really happening here, especially in Nigeria. The cult of personality is even so, I don't know if brazen is the word. It's really wild though.
Yeah.
It's really, really.
But do you know what it is? I think a part of me has this, I believe that because human beings fundamentally have, the conclusion I've come to with very little evidence to back it up is that there's something about human beings and humanity that searches for something to worship. And by worship, I don't mean
and to
faith-based, but something to drive. There's a part of humanity that looks for something to admire.
Yeah.
So it is faith or ideology or a lifestyle or a belief system or knowledge, or there's some human beings, we look for something. Now, the thing with a place like Nigeria is there's such a dearth of role models or people that are doing the right thing across different spaces. So whether it's politics or even the family dynamic, people will love their parents, but rarely ever do you find like true respect in a lot of Nigerian homes. There's fear, there's fawning, there's love, but there's very little respect. And so personality-driven, faith-based individuals are able to very easily build that cult of personality. And you hear people talking about, I just love my pastor. I love my pastor. I love my pastor so much. And it is not about his faith journey. It is the
kind of
individual.
Like personality, vibe, the way they do things. You see people starting to even, I don't even know if this is conscious or subconscious, because me and my friend are talking about this the other day, because I went to a church because somebody was doing something, Thanksgiving, all these things. And I realized that a lot of people, just not people I knew, random people were dressed like the pastor.
Yes, it's normal.
And I just thought, but they were all like, you could tell they were all like working in the church. They weren't people who just sitting. And I just thought, this is so funny. Like,
it's an admiration.
He has a vibe. And
so
a lot of people just have a very, I'm like, it's like you're all sharing one outfit. Yeah. It was so funny because I don't think they woke up and were like, oh, let me just, I guess it's just become a thing in the church. And I just thought, oh no, this is so interesting.
Yeah.
And you see it starting to fall apart when there's like an issue. If there's an issue with the person, or if somebody maybe has no issue with the church or the faith itself, or has a question about the person, people are so offended. They take it to heart. It's just, anyway, it's a very interesting thing. But yeah, that's an aside. My relationship with church in Nigeria is fraught.
Yeah, I just find the entire thing.
I would say.
I think our inability to be honest about the fact that we admire the person, because I think sometimes when people clock that, oh, maybe I've taken this thing a bit too far, it gets a bit embarrassing.
And
rather than saying, Eish, I'm copying this person a bit too much, they start making it about, oh, touch not they are anointed, and you're being forward, and you're being cruel about the man of God, and at least it's not better for me to copy a man of God. And it's not that. It's just, we're very slow to catch on when we've idolized a person. And it's the same thing with it's why I'm amused when people are quick to mock stans or extreme fans.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
Being a stan,
it's
like being a super stan of somebody. Honestly,
it's
guys,
the same thing.
It's actually the same.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's the same way some people you can't talk bad about, not even talk bad. You can't have a different idea to their favorite politician.
Yeah, it's just the same thing. If the people that have leaders, it's the same thing.
They have or people who stick to a political ideology.
Yeah.
So people who will say that they are progressives or liberals or conservatives, there is an aura of personal offense.
Yeah, and there's also like an inbuilt kind of antagonistic relationship if I say that I'm this and you're the opposite. Look, at the end, if I say that I'm a barb and you're something else, there's already problem. So this thing happens all the time, and it's just what or how it is.
Speaking of that, do you know, I was thinking of something that in the last like decade, have you noticed that people, and I know it's to sell, it's all about capitalism, but people have added virtue to the idea of being an ultra consumer of art. And this is what I mean. So when it became a thing for you to be able to say, I've listened to 1,000 hours of Beyonce this year, or I've been to 800 concerts and I wore all the outfits, that in and of itself has no value, right? It makes you no money. It does, but it has become a mark of competition. And I find it so interesting. I was thinking about it a few days ago, where there's this thing where you say stuff like, you see people saying things like, I have 40 Stanley Cups, or I have every single Apple device, or I listen to all the Beyonce albums every single day. But it's not just about you enjoying the thing. It's the fact that you doing that says something about who you are. It is, because when it boils down, and it's, people didn't realize that earlier on, fan clubs were a thing that the artists themselves did. So an artist management would be directly involved in the fan club. This was pre-internet, because they needed to figure out what your audience cared about. And then over time, capitalism realized that what is in your best bet, rather than having to invest financially, is ascribing virtue or importance and leaving it in their own hands.
Yeah.
So now it's a thing of how many, you say you're a Jay-Z fan. You're not a Jay-Z fan like me.
You don't know all the words. You don't know. Also, now, it's because also in the creator economy, being the leader of a fan club is a career path.
It's a career path. But
it's a career path. I know, look, I follow like 5 Beyonce pages, to be frank.
But it's not, but we're talking about the leader of the fan club. That's what I'm saying.
And so the leader, and for some of them, I know the person that runs the page, because now they've become, it's not enough to just post about her. Now you also know that they're the ones running.
No, but that's fine.
Page. You see them at the concerts, they go, it's all part of
yes,
this.
Yes, but that's what I'm trying to say. But those ones, that is a career. There's an interesting thing of outside, when you guys should remind me when Spotify Wrapped comes out this year.
But you know what? On another note, is it not? Because I agree with you completely that people are ascribing virtue. And it for me, it's like one of those things that is provocative. It gets people going. But it's also a weird subset of being like a collector of random things.
No.
It is. No. I promise you. I think it is.
No.
Because, okay, tell me the difference between that and having 400 Jordans.
Yes, but there was a time that being a collector of a specific thing was based solely on the interest. And if nobody ever spoke to you, the reason why collectors were so interesting at the time,
was that they did it on their own accord.
They did it on their own accord.
Has casted.
Now that
you're doing it so that people will know that you're a collector of this thing.
And it says something about you.
Exactly.
Do you understand what I mean? So it is now that it's now beyond, I personally just have a thing I enjoy. That's a hobby. So, like, my mom is a hobby gardener. She likes gardening, but that doesn't say, it doesn't say anything about her. She's just a lady that likes to garden and she buys gardening books. But my mom doesn't, in conversation, say, I have more than 300 gardening books and I arrange them. It's just something.
Like, it's not a thing about you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it also doesn't, in and of itself, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like, I like gardening and I exploit to the best of my ability, but I don't compete.
It's not a badge of honor.
It's not a badge of honor.
And it's also not a badge you need to see.
But I found that specifically, now that also musicians have to, you mostly make money through concerts and live performances and stuff like that, because people aren't really buying CDs anymore. There is a heightened idea of getting people to invest even further
in being like a visible star.
Not just because they enjoy it, but because it says something about them that look how much I'm willing to invest. Yeah. I will travel for 80 concerts. And I didn't just travel for the concerts. I have to document, talk about, and then if I find out that somebody did 81, then I have to make it 85 next year.
Yeah.
And then if somebody does 85, I now have to remind them that, but I actually went and bought all the albums now. And then, so it's just this. Or you see people that will say, "Oh, I'm obsessed with Netflix. I've watched every single thing."
Yeah.
It's very odd.
It's very
but
interesting.
It's so interesting because what it always boils down to is who actually is, apart from your personal joy.
Yeah.
The question, my dad always says this thing, that who is benefiting from this thing is what you need to ask, right? And how does it work? Because the point of getting people excited about things like you're wrapped or is human psychology, right? So even with, as soon as people who are able to start using apps to count how many books they've read in a year or track how many books they've read in a year, and it became a social thing. It wasn't just the original idea was, if I know Feyikemi likes books and I like books, if I go and see what Feyikemi is reading and I'm able to see the one she didn't finish, I'm like, let me not bother. I'll just go and look at. But then over time it became, how many books you read says something about, and that's why those conversations
about, like,
come
who
up.
You are, the type of person you are.
Exactly.
You see it even with, like, and to be fair, me, I do this just not visibly, but you see it even with things like, so award season comes up and there are like I watch every award movie and then give my own criticism because I'm a purveyor.
But that one I get it, because these are supposed to be the good movies that came out this year.
No, but I don't think a lot of people do it because they're good movies. I think people do it for just this exact reason. It says something about you, about the caliber of individual you are. You're into the classics of the day, wanting. And I'm just like, guys, I beg. I've
been thinking about it in terms of how it also changes just people's behavior. So beyond you being a super fan. Yeah, so that's what it is. It is the fake value of being a super fan of something that I think is interesting. Yeah. Because apart from the people who are able to build a career out of it, which are that's what makes it so terrible. Very, 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 very few super fans.
You know the problem. The problem
is a pyramid scheme.
It is a pyramid scheme.
Very few super fans are able to make something out of it.
These days, though, when you have TikTok, you have everything. Everyone thinks that you can have a niche and become like somebody in that
But that's
niche.
why it's a scam.
Of course.
Because ultimately...
most people, this is never going to happen for you.
Ever.
Never going to happen for you. But it's so interesting to watch kind of this becoming a thing. So like, it just, for example, so I watch, my grandma watches all these. There's one, I don't remember the name. It is a show about a pawn shop, PAWN, Abeg.
Yeah, Pawn Stars.
Abeg.
Is it that one?
Abeg, yes, Abeg. Where they buy and sell things in LA.
Yeah.
A lot of celebrity things, a lot of blah, blah, blah. She watches it all the time. And so it's so interesting because you see things like that, and there are people even in those shows, and there's this King of Collectibles on Netflix, which I quite enjoy. But it's so funny because you can tell people who are true to it and people who like want it to become a thing, that they collected these particular things from like, and you have weird things, like someone would have collected everything from one serial killer. I'm just thinking, bro, choose a different person. Yeah. Like, why? How did we get to
also
this?
Capitalism can be so crazy.
There's one guy that has all the Pez dispensers. You know those things, that sweet stuff with the head?
Yeah.
He has, bro, all of them.
But that is of no value.
God that will bless you. Except that it's of value. Because how did I know that he has it? He's on Netflix. And why is he on Netflix? Because maybe 2 Superman he has. They made 2 of 2. And they want to buy it for good $4,000 or something. So I'm like, in all of this that you've accomplished in your life, see, there's another babe that had like Beanie Babies. So the people that maybe do like baseball things, I even understand that because there is trading or even Pokemon cards. I get it because clearly I don't understand it, but or comic books, people are trading it in value. So you can see that you now decide that your own is like super niche. So you'll now go for Beanie Babies. I thought, so you just have all these things in your house. carrying. And for me, when I was watching that, I wondered, like, does this actually bring you any joy, or are you just here because? But they go to all these conventions where other people have Pez dispensers. And there's like convention of people who have this Pez dispenser. And I just keep thinking, what the hell is going on, like, in this world? That's when you realize that, see, the problem in Nigeria is that you can't express the full, like, gamut of your creativity because we don't have lights. When you have lights, when you have lights and your basic needs are covered, you can start collecting chewing gum packs. I'm telling you, that's what is happening.
No, but you know the odd thing is also trying to figure out what the market value is, because what tends to happen is that
there can be a convention about that chewing gum because people have lights.
Yeah, they would have. I don't know, because some of those things I look at it as well, and the amount of junk. When I used to watch the show, what used to make me laugh was people who were convinced they had these incredibly valuable things.
Meanwhile, you just have rubbish in
and
your
then
house.
They get to the store and the guy is like, yeah, I see the value is in the love you have for these things. Like, there is nothing here. There is nothing here to be bought or sold.
And it's so funny because you have this whole collection and like 5 things will be of
value.
And they're always sad when they discover that the value is like not millions.
Yeah.
The value is just
$2,000.
You know, one guy was really funny. He's been chasing things that Jimi Hendrix owned. And then he had he had the pink, I don't know if you've seen the cover of Jimmy's album. He has a pink like feather.
Feather boa.
He had the feather boa. And to be fair, even me, I was like, surely this is worth.
No.
On my mind, they said the price. I said, fuck shit. Just imagine me chasing this scarf up and down the world.
No.
Come to bloody find out that this feather boa. Meanwhile, one robe that Michael Jordan wore one time, they sold it for maybe 100K. I said, in this life, you have to know what.
Yeah, it's the market value of stuff like that will change on a dime, right?
It's really random.
It really does.
Whereas
depend.
one guy had a gun from some mafia boss, which sold for a lot of money, and I just thought, what is that?
That's
what
really
is
weird.
America like as a concept?
That's really weird.
That is, but he collects all these like crime paraphernalia.
That's really
like
weird.
He goes to the families of criminals to collect like their glasses. He has one Daimler's glasses, somebody's this. And I'm just like, okay, but how are you not shunned in society? So yeah, but I find it there's another person that had like all the old Mac things, every single old. I just find it very interesting because I just think, honestly, this is what, I know I'm saying having license funny, but this is actually what living in civilization does for you. Because you're not worried about certain basics, you just have time to be thinking about nonsense. Just imagine somebody in Nigeria now saying that they want to be collecting the wrapper of that sweet that they used to have all those riddles behind it, that chewing gum. Where would they end up now?
Yeah.
Who wants to buy it?
So that's the thing. You can't be a collector just for the idea that this could potentially have. Because a lot of collectors started off purely for the love of the game.
Yeah.
And then what happened is someone's kid was able to sell something, and then it became capitalism. It then started everything else like, this potentially could become. And that's how people become hoarders. Everything will have value one day. This will be your grandma's old...
he needs to throw that thing away.
Please throw it away.
I'll give you every
It looks musty. It is musty.
In fact, if you collect any Nigerian artist towel, just forget it.
That value is sentimental.
Just forget about sentimental. Just throw away the towel. Nobody is buying that.
Oh, do you know what? Actually, it depends, because I would have bought that Baba Fryo's eye patch. The star one.
Yeah.
That is valuable, you guys. Him and that's Zakiadze's black and white cap.
Fair. There's certain things that are obvious.
Yes, there are some things that generally I would have. Do you know what? Let us move. Do you know, I feel like because Nigeria is Nigeria, like I said, we don't have lights. So we do, before we even get to money, we don't have lights.
Really think about.
Do you know how cool it would have been if Tony Tetila had a blonde hair dye?
Actually, yeah, that would have been great capitalism.
That would have been an excellent marketing. I would have
actually, like, if I was into all these collecting, Labaja's mask would not have been bad. Would not have been a bad thing to have.
Labaja's mask, Tony Tetila's eye patch, and Eukarya having a lip liner. would have been thick.
that would have banged like crazy. Why did she?
And her
you
brow.
See, this is my problem. In America, England, there are people who sit down and like, you creator celebrities, let me create.
Can you imagine?
Let me do business for you.
Can you imagine a Eukarya and Davis eyebrow pencil collaboration? Because that eyebrow pencil is already 500. At the moment, it's 500. So that compared to where we're coming from,
it would have been if she did eyebrow pencil and lip liner, it would have banged like mad,
like crazy.
So Trinidad should have sold hair dye.
She should have sold hair dye. Who else should have sold something? Daddy Shoki should have sold Jots.
I don't know if Jots could have worked for him.
It would have banged like mad. That's all he used to wear.
But Trinidad hair dye one is too clear. It's too clear. The hair dye and this Eukarya's eyebrow
should
pencil
have done a Gillette partnership. That man has not had hair since he was 11.
To be fair, that would have worked.
100%.
No, that one is still not. I'm trying to think of others that are so obvious. The Two-Face one, he can try, but it doesn't really...
Jim Ike should have had the sunglasses connection.
Jim Ike and sunglasses could have really banged. Yes. Jim Ike and sunglasses could have really banged.
I have a Jim Ike story, but it has to be behind the paywall.
Screaming.
Because it's so funny.
Yeah. Jim Ike and sunglasses. I'm trying to think of which Nigerian actor could have done like suits.
Can I? Are you joking? Colored suits.
All those red.
Those big red, yellow,
green, blue,
rainbow.
That was he should have
done. That would have been the name of that collection. It would have been him. Peter Joshi should have had his own line of red caps.
Yeah.
Who else should have done something? Trying to think of which artist. To be quite frank, she can still do it now. Kate Henshaw should ideally have a sportswear brand.
There's actually no reason Ira doesn't sell miniskirts.
Yeah.
There is no reason in this world. Because if I'm going to buy a miniskirt from anybody in this life, it will be Ira Star.
Yeah.
There's no reason that girl is not selling miniskirts. None whatsoever. None. Just like a capsule collection here and there.
Yeah, and then once in
here and there. Just
twice
once. She get just once. This is, see, we should be putting all these things together for these people. Ira Star should have sold miniskirts by now.
Fireboy should have had a book club for a little while.
Really?
He reads like anything. I
had no idea.
He loves reading. He loves poetry.
I had no idea.
And he used to talk about, he used to ask, when he was on tour, he used to ask people what to read. Yeah. Fireboy should have had, to connect with his audience.
Yeah,
he should have used.
That would have, yeah.
Because look at what's her name? Because everybody thinks you have to wait till you're super big. Dua Lipa has a book club.
Really?
And it's huge. Service 95. It is huge. She has interviewed Chimamanda. It is huge. She has a big book club.
I know she has like an interview.
Yeah, it's book club. Oh. It's books. It's authors that she calls there. I'm being serious. It's authors that she calls there. She has a book club. And I think there is a way to have connected with an audience. But he should have definitely have had a book club. Who else is... I'm trying to think.
I'm not sure. But yeah, so
I think... should have had a fashion brand.
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
I think he should have at least partnered with one or two people by now.
And every year we know he has something coming out. That boy dresses so... that man dresses so well.
Yeah, you should have partnered with at least one or two people by now to bring out one or two.
Wizkid's swag is uncountable.
One or two things. So,
I have an idea. What? I think Davido should work with TomTom.
Oh, I'm screaming.
Yeah.
Oh. That would be so funny.
Him and that voice, I don't know. Davido should definitely do a collaboration. Recovery.
Anyway, listen, if you're a celebrity, look, what's clear? If you're a celebrity and looking for business, you need to come to us. We can really help you. We can really
Speaking of helping people, congratulations to the Fatherland team.
Congrats! So, you see, when we said that when you come on this podcast, all of a sudden, you become a winner. Did you not see now that they've won BAFTA? Is it a coincidence? I think not.
It is not.
I absolutely think not. Congrats to them. That was really lovely.
Yeah, but congratulations to Wale and Akinola Davis.
It was very lovely. Really cool. Really lovely that they won.
That's really fantastic. They've had a great run. The film is excellent.
Really great run, actually.
No surprises there in terms of its achievements because it's an excellent, absolutely lovely film. It must be amazing to succeed at a very high level and then also do it with your brother.
Do it with your brother really and lovely. Do it on like your first big attempt.
Yeah,
to do it
with film.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because that's not usually
I can't wait for
the
people to like
case.
turn Wale to a genius now.
Yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing all these things since. So,
Yeah.
but now he's like,
But yeah, that was really lovely.
now he's
to
Thames
see.
manager and he has a BAFTA and he has written this one. So now people are going to now remember to start writing him in the light of being a what's it called?
Yes, now because people put him in pockets. You know him from SDC. You know, now you're seeing him for this. Now you're seeing him for this. Whereas he's doing all. Anyway, the moral of the story: you come on this show, you win awards. You know, it has been proven many a time,
many times.
So you don't have to worry about it. If you're looking
last you collect nomination.
If you're looking for a quick expo, that is what I have to say.
I try to think of who else could
do a business. I think we should go and think about this and come back in another episode with
ideas on
our recommendations for other people. How'd you find the last episode?
Oof.
Bro, the reactions to this episode have been the last episode have been so interesting to observe. I've deeply enjoyed. I can't lie.
Yeah.
Deeply enjoyed.
I've enjoyed it, but a part of it has also not shocked me, but it reminded me of why I sometimes find book communities so odd.
Why?
In that there's something...
Were you surprised by any of the reactions? I wasn't.
I was surprised by the reaction, but I found... And I noticed this with people who read books now, like with reading communities, where there's a vitriol. People will hate a book because they wouldn't do what a character would do. And there's a vitriol, they approach the character or the person. It can't even be an autobiography.
Yeah.
Somebody will do something that you wouldn't do. And there is it's almost like an unnatural anger. Simply because you wouldn't do that. As opposed to, and I think it's a very progressive bent, I find, that we are unable to stand outside of ourselves to be like, okay, but why is this person doing these things? Like, but I wouldn't do it. That's so stupid. That's so dumb. That's so foolish. So the thing is that I find that reaction is actually normal. But it's the continued insistence on not even listening to what the person is saying that has moved from being, there's your reaction and there's your conclusion.
Yeah.
And people don't allow space in between.
Yeah.
Right. And I found that part interesting. It's normal, but the reactions, we knew that was what the reaction would be.
Yeah. And I mean, even the variation of reactions, you kind of saw that coming. It was very, the only thing I will take on is that I think maybe we should have pushed Fermi speaker, but I don't think she wanted to because we tried.
Kemi Hamilton also noticed something that listeners are selfish. It's only Yoruba people that kept saying
she should have done it. And the reason why we didn't do that is because, look, this is not a Yoruba person's podcast. So you don't have to be translating many
it's
things.
people who are watching the podcast that kept saying she should have spoken in Yoruba. It makes for a different listening experience. 3, and I mean this with no offense, we were talking to co-wives.
Yeah.
The first wife is a native language speaker primarily. She understands English.
Yeah.
She doesn't speak as well as she understands. Her second wife speaks English much better, is considered more urban. What do you think the optics are? You people at home with your 1,000,001 ideas, what do you think the optics are of us asking
one person to speak,
not just one person,
the first wife,
the senior wife
you
who
guys,
already has.
You guys need to think about the context, and that was why, because
that was
the second wife was blasting English well. It would have been so somehow to further put a gap between them by saying one person should speak, especially in the context where all of us are already
speaking
talking,
English,
and you don't, and that was why she didn't do it.
Yes,
because it's like, I will not be the one that is now different in this place. And that is the context of why it wasn't pushed. Because when she first came, I was like, oh, you can speak whatever you want.
She said no.
And she was like,
English. She said
no. And I will do it. If it's you won't do it either. You won't do it either.
But they are thinking about it from a gist aspect.
Of course,
and that's the thing where people are no longer people.
Yeah.
They are something that's entertaining you.
And
they are not real.
To be honest,
right?
even for so we were recording a video tribute about somebody, and one of the people that worked for him, everybody's interview was in English. One of the people that worked for him was like, oh, he can't speak English that well. that, so someone else said, oh, do it in Yoruba. I remember the look on his face being like, what do you mean do it in Yoruba? Like, not that it was bad, but he was just like, okay, but everybody else did theirs in English. And we kept being like, it doesn't matter, it's about the tribute. But I understood what he was saying.
Why are you talking about that? Fake, there's somebody that we've been begging to come on this podcast.
Yes, and the reason, see, there's someone that honestly, everybody's fave. He doesn't want to come on this podcast because he doesn't like speaking English too much. In his day-to-day life, too much of English.
It's not his thing.
And he will start speaking Yoruba just by nature.
Default,
And he doesn't want to do that because everybody he has seen come here has not done that. So he's just like, all of a sudden, he reached my turn. They will not say that I cannot speak English. And we're like, bro, you can't speak English.
It's a complex thing,
it's a complex thing.
also...
and that's why he doesn't want to come, because he's like 2 hours. For me to just, it's not going to work.
Yeah. But so, I loved it last. I loved that episode.
I did. I really loved it. So someone was asking me, why didn't we press more? And I was like, it was not my matter to press.
Well, not just my matter to press, but it's two things. First of all, you guys, stop. Fake and I are not journalists.
Why not? I'm not getting to the bottom of the story.
We're just fascinated on it.
For the husband's picture. I don't care.
We're fascinated on a human level by people. We like talking to people. We like gisting with people. Journalism is not about gisting, but just in case you guys have forgotten. I know that sometimes two very popular channels in Nigeria can confuse you about what news is, but it's actually not gisting.
Also, please remember that we don't they came of their own free.
Yeah, the aim is not to embarrass anybody.
They came to gist with us. So imagine you coming to gist with us, and our aim is let me catch you out. No, as much as they were willing to say, which was even more than I expected, is good, and we gisted and we kept it moving. It's not then for me to say, well, my opinion on your lifestyle is that I think you people are crazy.
Also, there were times where in the studio it was lovely, but there are times we would ask a question and the atmosphere would just change.
Just
do you think this is a game? These people's lives.
Bro. So
when we asked, what was the question we asked?
I remember. We should have pressed further. I said press what?
I just remember when we asked about favoritism. The atmosphere in this studio,
everywhere was cold.
Just became chilly. I said, well, Jola and Fakem, you are really, really fucked up here.
I said,
this is what they call error and mistake. Some
things are indeed somehow.
Yeah, I do think that the only thing I wasn't worried, but I was thinking, because Faromi was genuinely shocked at Esther's reaction. The third wife question. Let me tell you,
there was a moment when she was describing how they met, and she was talking about how you walked into. The look of Faromi's face was just this motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Imagine if you looked at her face. Someone sent the video to me that just watch this babe while she's talking about this, the way this man. She it wasn't shock. She was thinking in her mind that which one is this?
Restaurant.
There were a lot of things that she said that she was like, ha.
Yeah.
You can tell on the way home she just thought heck by meal.
Yeah.
What's really going on
in the House of Commons?
Was really going on in the House of Commons. It was really, even sometimes when I started talking, even me, I wanted to see my sister.
Calm down.
Calm down. My sister doesn't know how they do things. I wanted to tell her, sis, this is not how they normally do things.
Do you know what I love? She couldn't, the thing is, she actually couldn't control herself because she almost wanted to tell us, she said, you can't tell me that.
No.
What do you mean by third wife? You can't tell me that shit. Are you guys crazy?
Let me tell you something. That third wife thing, someone was saying it to me but
it's typical though.
They were like, but I don't know why we're acting like this is not all of us. That's your own. What she said was valid. She said that's her, not me. And honestly, I go through life like that. Okay, who asked you to do that for me? Not me. You. Literally in the house, my siblings would be arguing or something. Oh, but when it was my son, I gave him my own. I said, I saw you're a generous person, not me. Very selfish.
Yep.
So, it's just so funny because everybody was like, well, let's see.
Yeah, it was.
They're convinced that they will have another story to tell.
But then part of my general thoughts, I felt sad for the first wife.
I did. I felt really, really sad for her.
Everybody else went into that willingly.
Yeah,
except
apart from
you.
Her. She was the only one that was 100% bamboozled.
That was blindsided.
Completely.
Your husband knows your husband is aiming to get a second wife. He wants second wife. He wants to be in this. The second wife is very aware of you from the beginning.
She knows he's married. She knows everything there is to gain.
But
she was the only one that she actually has the shortest end of every stick.
Yeah.
In that
Another
matter.
thing was, I was thinking about what society impresses on you as important and valuable, and how that will like affect you and your decision making. So the excuse their husband gave for getting married the second time was
one child.
She only has one child. And that is something that also she
has
understood.
internalized that.
She understood,
yes.
right? So it's like, yes, but I only have one child for him. So what do you expect? And I want to have a second child. So beyond like secondary infertility or trying to get pregnant a second time, there's also the fact that there is a way you react or fight or there's a way you present when you've been wronged and you know that you have been treated unfairly. But then there's a way you react when a part of you thinks you might have been deserving of it, because
when you kind of agree in one sense.
In one sense, yeah.
You can tell she definitely agrees that, okay, this is a problem that I have. Only one. There was no part of her that was like, it's like you're mad.
Yes.
Because she very much internalized, but I only have one
child.
Even Esther is like, okay, but you only have one. And see, let me tell you, the number of God will do for you. I wanted to be like, sis.
Yeah, saying God will do for you.
There is a way you do things, and this not it.
The first, and you know that thing of not being super self-aware, which made for a great conversation because you're not overthinking what you're saying. But as an outsider, it also made you think, So when she said her husband, as soon as she told him she was pregnant, her husband, for those who don't understand Yoruba, her husband's reaction was they will no longer call me the person with one child. And I just thought, because even in that moment, I immediately looked at the first wife, right? Because
you're just thinking, what?
Like, and because in a Yoruba, in culturally, it's not just Yoruba culture. Culturally, it's something that people are anxious about, where having one child, they put pressure on you because they just want you to have multiple children. It's why sometimes if you're a bit more urban or more modern, or you have modern sensibilities, you might be confused. Maybe you have a friend or an aunt that's very anxious about the fact that they have one child. Culturally, it's just not encouraged.
Yeah.
And it's something that people use as an insult.
Yes.
It's actually an insult.
Because the way, so there is the fact, when she says Yoruba, there's a word she used.
Yes.
Is a word that they call people.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, now, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, very not.
So there was that one. That was the first one. Then the second time she said, oh God. When she said, she's not trying to insult anybody. But she noticed that is when she got to the house that he started doing better. I said, Ma?
No, but that's why Fermina said, I know that if you didn't have money, you cannot marry him. And she was like, we built this house, bro.
Let me tell you what, I understand why people were saying,
do you know, also, people did not catch her. We said that the first day she came to, she said, wow, your house is so nice. Let me tell you, in all the matter, she's pregnant, she came, that's what would have annoyed me the most. Wait, okay, you are still looking at this house. It's not enough. You're still looking around. You even have the guts to tell me that the house is nice. You're not afraid for your life.
Yeah,
bro. There were so many.
Also, if you guys listen again, Fermi would shuttle between our husband and my husband.
Yes.
But after Esther said, I can't remember what phrase it was. Fermi just shifted to my husband.
Yeah.
She stopped saying our husband.
Because the other one kept saying my husband. And I was like, babe, whose husband now?
Yeah. So when a lot of people say, they are living in peace, they're living in harmony. I think they are managing the situation the best they can. They're managing the
situation. And also, I think one thing everyone picked up is this thing can only work with those two temperaments.
Yeah. Or two of Fermi's temperaments.
Any other temperament like this.
Esther cannot jam herself.
Let me tell you, they're burning their house down.
No.
Esther, trust me, Esther will still scatter that place if that man tries it.
When?
Yes.
That
man will surely try it, and she will surely scatter that household.
One of the difficulties with a greedy person putting themselves in a situation where your greed is supposed to put you in trouble. When you don't get into trouble, you actually become greedier.
You do. You become more brazen.
A man that has a home that is not peaceful, it's very rare for a man to have two wives and the home is Daliru, and you add a third one.
Yeah.
It's very rare. It's normally that the first
It's
two,
when it's peaceful that you now think, you know what?
Even in the Secret Life of Baba Segizo, Iyafemi and Yabola, they were chill. That's why I went to add
That's why
Bola
they
to the mix.
join them.
Yeah.
So, I think it's very serious. But also, I just think that Nigerians are so interesting because I would not have expected them to be that open. And they were.
Fekemi, why are you talking like this? Don't you listen to Yoruba radio?
And they were.
No, forget Yoruba radio. I don't know how many, because this is pre-internet streaming type, not in pre-internet, but pre-streaming. I used to go from VGC to Anthony and back.
Yeah.
Plenty traffic. So we used to listen to the radio like mad. You guys, afternoon radio, where they need like a lot of filler content. So the people would call in to talk about their problems. Why you? That was actually part of what blew up, what's it called? This pigeon radio. Wazobia.
Yeah. Because the calling in was always
people
mad.
would call in and be telling their family issue. And
with names.
But then it's also the same thing that Nigerians do. Haven't you noticed that abroad, when people give testimonies, they're quite succinct. They keep things private. Nigerian testimony,
tell you the full information.
Sometimes when it's time for us to do in order to have the baby, he will not stand. The husband will be nodding beside her. Yes. And by the time the pastor said we should just pray and monitor ourselves, my brothers and sisters, he was just standing. The church will now be clapping. Ma.
No, I really appreciate it.
In church abroad, the man just say, we've been suffering with infertility.
You would never go into the detail.
We went to talk to our pastor, we prayed, and now I have a baby. Nigerian church.
I kind of really enjoyed that.
Pastor, I'm here to glorify about my son. The one that was stealing was a thief. Bolude, please stand up. Join us. Bolude will come. They'll give Bolude mic. Nothing I've not stolen. I've stolen Jen. I've stolen... Hey, God. Bruh. Like, especially if you've ever been in a church where people are just unaware of the fact that you're supposed to. Another thing, don't forget that there's some things that are imposed because of the advent of social media. There is an anxiety people have about being shamed on a global platform. Prior to that, people were a lot more open. So when you have people that are not that anxious about my daddy's church, if they want to give testimony, sometimes you just be like, can we keep things in? No, it's true. Or my grandparents.
It's not everything.
It's not everything you must say out. People will give testimony, and okay. I'm not trying to be funny, but sometimes stay with me. Let me be quite frank. If my mother was a witch, I would still love her personally. When I hear some testimonies where somebody will say her mother-in-law was a witch, should not be giving the testimony and explaining. And I'll be looking at the husband that, busy not your mommy. Because why are you not doing it like an agama lizard? Sir, she just say, one time as I was praying, she just shouted in the night. And I said, fire! 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 People of God, by the time we woke up in the morning, mommy was gone. Church to clap. She's talking about. No. When Nigerians want to be open, they are open. Oh.
They are deeply open. It's crazy. So anyway, what I wanted to ask was, who else or what other kind of situations?
I have many.
Should we explore? Because now I have many ideas.
Yeah.
Many
I have
ideas.
I told Teresa a few. But things I don't want to say them here. I want people to just sit.
Yeah, so that when you get there, a lot of people are asking us to bring on the husband. No, that's something that I would never. I don't have it. Because one thing I want to do is give a man who's clearly enjoying his ego being stroked on all sides a greater platform. I will not do it.
2, Nigerians are in obsession with the sequel. There's no need. That's why you be having Achalugo per 7. Jennifer goes to the moon. Let us wrap things up.
It's okay. We don't actually need to hear from him. We don't need it. We don't need it. His perspective.
Yeah, you do.
His greed. His perspective is actually so clear.
You can hear from different types of people. The way sometimes people will read. So one thing I've noticed sometimes, people will tell me, you said we should read this book. It would have been so nice if the book has a part 2. I'm like, actually doesn't need. Do you know? Like it's
Like,
okay.
I think
Use your imagination to fill in the gaps.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll have
it was really good.
a few more interesting
Also,
situations.
Before another thing I found is people don't realize how much we all self-censor. Because someone was like, she was so shocked when, so we read the dilemma with the 34-year-old that said she thinks she's having issues because she's plus size. And someone told me that she was so shocked at the way they both said she doesn't have choice. I said, go and tell your own mother this person's dilemma.
Yeah.
That your fancy mom mind you, my friend's mom she's a fancy broad. I said, please go and tell your mom that this is this person's issue. The first thing your mom will say, as a Yoruba woman, is, so she has people that are toasting and said she doesn't love him. Okay, she's not ready. She's not ready. I said, we don't realize how, especially people that are a lot more liberal and we don't realize how much we're used to self-censoring. And so when you see people you want to tell the average Nigerian auntie or Nigerian person
that you have options.
But because of love, they might say, okay, then you not tell them that your problem is that children are of the essence. They will tell you are not a serious individual. It is very liberal people who don't want to hurt your feelings. They'll be like, oh, okay. The average Nigerian's first kin is so ready. You're not serious. You're not a serious person. And they're not at all to make it worse. Oh, I have an unsafe piece.
What?
We are all dirty liars and we have to stop lying.
Okay, I agree with that. I don't know why.
Thank you so much for that. After a moment of reflection, I want to tell you that people lie a lot. Okay. Now, have you noticed that people will say things like, oh, our parents need to stop describing people with their worst attributes.
Yeah.
So you can say, oh, Daddy, my friend Jola said I should greet you. You have to say, Jola. Is that the... Now, your reaction is, don't say that. Why did you say it's not true? So that means you also...
You know who he means.
You think of me as...
The truth is that...
The difference is Daddy said it.
You also know who he means. Exactly.
I'll never forget my granddad in London. We bumped into somebody in public. And my granddad said, oh, you know this person? He was in the station because I met him at the station. He said hi to me. And I saw somebody. Months later, I was like, oh, Grandpa, I saw this. He called me. I said, oh, Grandpa, I saw... Oh, God. You remember that my friend that we saw... Do you know, it's so funny. Every time I talk to her now, she says, oh, your grandpa, because my granddad used to wear lots of... Obviously, he lives in London. He used to wear lots of suits. Mm-hmm. You know, old people.
They love
even to the corner shop, they wear
bro.
suits. So, your granddad is so cute, blah, 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 blah. And I said, no, it's not like he would love to wear agbada. It's just he has lived in the UK for 60 years, girl. He's not wearing anything else. Your grandpa said, And I shit you not. The one with the funny teeth. Now, why didn't I say no?
Because you know.
So who is the liar? And who is the somehow person between me and Grandpa?
The two of you.
So we are all liars. People say, why do our parents do that?
And you know, let me tell you how you know you're a liar. Because there's sometimes you want to describe someone, not usually someone you know, maybe someone you can see. But you start doing, because you don't want to say the thing that's obvious. You don't say the thing that's obvious. If there's an obvious thing, you don't say it because you know it somehow. But in that hesitation, I know exactly what you mean.
And we both fill in the gaps.
But we know it.
So my unsafe space this week is that we actually need to come face to face with the fact that we are all bad people. Because why is it that when your mommy said, oh, that one, you now said, hey, mom, don't say that, but yes. But to be fair, our parents are actually terrible people.
Safe space, so I don't remember what it is.
You remember, don't worry.
I will remember.
Did you do anything fun this weekend?
I had 2 birthdays. Okay. It was Leona's birthday. And she was doing a staycation with her husband outside the house in Lagos. So I don't know why. She just thought that, maybe none of us will now show up. I remember speaking to her in the morning and she was like, yeah, she was going to hang out by the pool or something. And we're all like, you need to be realistic. Obviously, anyway, he had organized for all of us to come for lunch. She came out and she was genuinely surprised. And I just thought, so you just thought all of us in this same Lagos would just leave you alone.
Yes, now.
For your birth. Who does that?
Maybe she wants to hang out with her
There's
husband.
nothing realistic about this. And I kept just being like, this is so shocking to me that I had genuinely, what else were we supposed to do? Anyway, no, that was lovely. And then my cousin Temida's son turned 6. So it was also, although funny enough, by the time I got there were no more children there. Because I went after Leo's.
Normal.
And so I just sat down with the adults. We were, I have one serious gist for you off camera.
Okay.
Very breaking news.
Okay.
Breaking news.
We went for...
You know, kind of just when they say it, even people that like consider themselves above the gist.
I've never considered myself above
no,
gist.
that's what I'm saying. But you know, there's certain people that are deceived.
Yeah.
They were even like, oh, I said, why did you react? I thought you were not really into other kind of discussion.
Yeah.
Then I said, no, wow.
The only person in our friendship group that does that is Sean.
He's not serious.
He tries to pretend he's above
I'm
the
telling
gist.
you, whereas he's listening carefully.
When he hears it, his dreads will stand like antenna.
Listening carefully. So yeah, that was, that's all I did. Well, oh my God, the not strangest thing. My sister, who, you guys, anyway, she has insisted on coming on this podcast. I don't know what to say. She actually has a note on her phone about the points she wants to discuss.
But that sounds like Mimi.
Yeah, she has talking points. So
sounds like Mimi.
I wish you guys the best of luck. Declan then got offended.
But Declan has been here like twice.
Thank you. Declan then got offended that we didn't ask him. Seriously offended that we didn't ask him to come back with her. And I just thought, I don't understand. It's not actually important for Toby to be here. Anyway, as an aside, Mimi is into this 7-second hug, really irritating.
Like she has to hold you for 7 seconds.
Really irritating. She believes something, you know all those New York Times articles where they say you should stare at somebody for 6 seconds. You should hug somebody for 7 seconds to get the full connection of one thing. And I read all those.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I know this is not what we're talking about, but I actually knew somebody years ago where if you stayed at him for too long, you say you want kiss. He will literally just go, how far you want kiss?
Like, no, but absolutely fair.
Bro.
Because why the hell?
Do you know what made it funnier? Is that he wasn't joking. Like, if a woman stayed at him for too long, he'd be like, she's attracted. He used to call himself, know what it'll be like, a magnetic character. He would say to people seriously that he's a magnetic character. So if people were saying at him and I'm like, he'll be like, I think that woman is staring at me. And I would say, I don't think she is. He's like, but I'm a magnetic person. Like, I'm sure she's staring at me. She should not try that thing with you. First of all, don't hug any Nigerian man for more than 2 seconds. For your own, I'm telling you. I started following one lady on TikTok. I think her name is that Princess or Sandra. Something like that. And the video that went viral of her is her talking about how she went to console somebody that his daddy had just died. As in they called him. So he called her a mess. She goes to his house. He's genuinely distraught. Said then she hugged him and he's distraught. Then he gets off the phone with his family. So he's talking to different family members. Puts his head on her shoulder. Then she said she just noticed that the head comes down. She said it's not possible. She said she was now thinking that no, it's not possible. Anyway, he started trying. So she left the house. What made me laugh was in the comments, women were now saying, actually, one man was now saying that her husband's dad died. And after crying, she said when the man finished crying, he now went to meet her that, oh, so you won't console me. She was like, another one now wrote, please,
how is that setting the mood? Daddy has gone.
I promise you, lots of women were in there.
Daddy has
another
gone.
One said that
so the next thing.
Yes, another one said that her fiancé, after whipping, knock her waiting no good. So she was just like, so they were all telling her that he's actually a normal.
Yeah, the one that shocked. Do you know, I'm sorry, what?
And you know the thing is that you now can't shout at a grieving fellow.
Your father died.
She said she's not even sure the man was in the mortuary yet.
Real adio, Papa.
The real one.
Ha!
Goodbye with a bang. That's what we're trying to do. She says that she was shocked too. People were in the comments telling her, my sister, grief can actually make people horny.
He can do what?
Because so I Googled it because I'm a fool. And apparently people try to, like, I know this sounds stupid, but apparently what it is that, like, yeah, it's also why people become, do like crazy things. No, wait, hold on. I want to say something. That's what they said. I know it's a man that wrote it.
I want to tell you something.
But let me finish. I know it's a man that wrote it. This idiot wrote, and I quote, that sometimes people just want to feel more alive.
I want to tell you something. You know what you just said previously about how we are all liars? Everybody fucking lie.
He said he wants to feel more alive. You're actually
greedy. That's just what you are.
You're a thief.
You're a thief. It is greed because all of a sudden what you've seen is that in this vulnerable position, people don't want to say no to you.
Nah, it was crazy.
What?
Multiple that's it. It wasn't one or two women. Many women were there saying, to be frank. Another one said, maybe it's because it's his dad. If his mommy that died, he won't be able to do anything with you. That he'll be too low. I'm being serious. That he won't, that his dad is he's sad, but
I'm sorry, but once again, I really don't want to be thinking about Big Daddy in the moment he died. While
imagine if he now busts into tears halfway. Sorry. Hello. He would have wanted you to be happy. Let's just continue.
You know I'm saying finish for daddy. Now you have to finish.
Nigerians
you have
actually
to finish for daddy. Wow. That's really all for Papa.
All for Papa.
What the hell?
Oh, mate. You guys, so, okay, yes, this weekend I didn't have lots of stuff. So on Thursday, Fikemi missed it because she was just.
I didn't finish my story.
Oh, what happened?
Mimi's hug thing.
Okay.
I want to say the strange thing that.
It's not the hug that is strange.
No. So she's always complaining because I'm not into it.
Yeah.
I'm not into hugging inside my house. Waiting, I see you every day. What happened?
But you hug men.
When I see them on occasion.
Yeah, you liar.
Hey, hi, how are you? Do you get? Now, I think it's okay. My father is alive. Now, do you get? Now, this babe hugged me yesterday. Angela, I just started weeping.
For 7 seconds.
I cried for like 1 hour.
No, but you've been going through a lot though.
No, but what I'm just saying is this was like a rant. I was literally watching TV. Mm-hmm. And she was like, something, you know, like hugging. I said, whatever. Next thing you know, I just, as in...
She didn't pinch you?
Even her, she was shocked.
She didn't pinch you?
She sent me money. She was meant to send me money for something. Next thing, I just saw that she had gone away. I just saw a credit. And she came back. I was like, are you okay? As an individual, I can't see what's going on here. It was crazy.
Really?
For 1 whole hour. Even me, I was like, please now. Was really... By like 30 minutes, I thought, so what's the plan?
But you know a lot of people are touch-starved,
I just thought, so what's the plan here?
Do you know that a lot of people are touch-starved?
Not me.
You are. You are.
Not me. First of all, I see you fools all the time.
Yes.
And there are so
but
many.
But we don't hug for 7 seconds.
Hey, hi.
That's
hi.
1.5. I'm being serious.
By the time you hug 8 people.
But we don't hug in succession.
No, it's true.
Yes. As we're coming in, we say half. And sometimes we don't hug.
It's true, Sha. Sometimes we just say hi. Anyway, that's my big news. So
7 seconds.
I have to explore what's happening about that. You're talking about Thursday.
Oh, Thursday we went to Lagoon for the seafood
I missed it because I was in another gathering.
You were in another gathering, yeah.
Meanwhile, at that gathering, guy, people were so... I said this thing that, I need to leave because... So I was with people who I don't see all the time. We're really just... So when I now said, I need to stand up and leave, they were like, but I don't understand. Don't you guys see each other all the time? And I was like, yeah, but I kind of have to go because were gathering, and this gist is sweet here, but you people are also delaying me. And one of them was just like, I don't like, explain it to me. He kept saying, explain it to me. You guys just like see each other every week. Like how? Everybody was not like, okay, but like how? But like, do you want to? Yes. When he said, do you want to? I thought, what am I under arrest? Why the hell would I be? They were like, but like, is it like, do you like feel pressure or you really want to? They're like, but I just don't get it. So like, just every week, like where? They're not saying who's in charge of the group. What? Nobody is. So who organizes like, I said, nobody. You just kind of, like, but like, is there an announcement? Like, Thursday, somebody announces that. I said, no, you just know. And like, you just go or you don't go. I don't know. That's just, it was so, they're just like, yeah, I don't think I want to see anyone this frequently.
Yeah, that's how they don't have to come
and
now.
So I was like, no, but so we not started talking about it, and I was like, but you have individual friends you all the time. They're like, yeah, randomly, but not like all of us together as a group. And I was like, I promise you that's the reason it was. So they're like, okay, but like now, so you saw them on Sunday, now you want to leave and go and see them again. I was like, yes. And the funny thing is, at that time, you guys had even left Lagoon. I now went to meet them at Paddle. They were like, it's almost 11. I said, yeah. They're like, but the dinner you're going for has finished. I said, yeah, but some of them have now gone to Paddle. So they're like, but you're not playing Paddle. So I'll be watching and I'll be gisting because I know that one or two people are not playing. It was so, they're just like, so as you are now that you've had a full night, you won't go home.
No.
You go and see the same people that you just...
Yes.
I said, exactly.
Well, my friends are there.
I was like, because I want to catch up on what was discussed when I wasn't there.
Yeah, that was nice. We had really nice dinner.
How was it? The prawns were really lovely.
Yes,
actually.
That's why we only give you one.
Yeah, I noticed that. You guys, I got home after they had called me that they are buying me prawns with S. Listen, they said they are buying me jumbo prawns S.
But that one prawn was enough for like 4.
I now didn't eat where I was.
Hey.
I had told them,
and I told Soji not to say that thing.
I didn't eat where I was. Because I was going home for jumbo prawns S. When I meant to get home, I saw a big.
It's big, but it was just
first
one.
of all, I saw a big brown bag. I said, thank God. Then I saw a foil tray, covered tray. They wrote prawns on it, only for me to open the tray. There was one singular prawn.
Let me tell you what the problem is.
And I knew it was this useless girl.
Let me tell you what the problem is. Fekemi doesn't eat a lot of things. So all the other stuff that we then realized that she actually doesn't eat.
That is why I thought I would get like 4 prawns.
Forget about that. She doesn't eat any of this stuff. We decided on the prawns, the crab, all the good stuff. The only person that got lobster was Ashley. She cleared that shit. It was now fish, big fish. I was like, Fekemi doesn't want this stuff. We cleared the rice, cleared the fries.
So when he called me that, okay, but what's like, we got you prawns. I thought,
oh gosh.
Perfect. I now got home. I was not like, so
one prawn.
All my shakara, I'm not eating. They bought me prawns.
One prawn.
I got some. Declan was now laughing at me that because he was like, "Oh, can I have some prawns?" And he had already called me to say that there's prawns. Can he have? I said no. When I now opened, he said, "You see, you see yourself."
He's 100% right, man. And I warned them when they were saying calling you to say prawns. I said, no, tell her it's prawn. One. Don't let her get excited. Prawn. So that was nice. And then because we normally, I don't think we really hang out midweek, except maybe somebody's marrying, because that's all people in our friendship group do, marry and hang out. But I feel like we're cursed as a country. Maybe we were by the water, on the water, no single breeze. It's crazy. That Lagoon restaurant, we were sitting down on that, as in, no breeze. It was fun. I said, what kind of country is this? No breeze. When you're by... What is the meaning of that? Where does that happen? You people, the queen of the coast is sitting down on this country and we have to break strong codes. Pastor Jerry!
Wait, have you seen... There's one babe on Instagram that does mommy water content. Have you seen this babe? You've seen this babe? She has a TikTok account. As in, she's like a baddie mermaid. Like a new age. Like she'll go shopping. Next thing you just jump into the ocean. Then her house is underwater. Jola, I swear to God, I have to show you this thing. Every blessed day, Moise sends me this stupid video.
Mommy water content.
Do you know the thing is, at first I watched it and it's so funny. It's actually Mommy Water, AI content, but like she will like drive like a Range Rover, she'll go shop or go to work. You see her on her laptop in the office, then she'll just park by the water, enter the ocean, swim, then enter her house on the ground. They should now have tea.
She should talk to her big mommy.
Listen, what I concluded is that honestly, even the Mommy Waters are now on TikTok. So as a result, nobody focused on what's happening.
Speaking of Mommy
with
Water,
the land.
I watched a video.
You can't actually say speaking of Mommy Water.
Speaking of Mommy Water,
that's actually not something you can like go about saying.
Speaking of Mommy Water, I watched a video on TikTok of a wedding where a guy married a
Mommy Water,
a woman that worships like a water god. The fuck
in Nigerian.
The whole yes. All the comments people are saying this one, you know, fit cheat too. Oh boy,
what? You don't know that video. I'm on the water.
Your life will spoil. Guys, I know when I said speaking of my mom, do you think I was joking? So they did like wedding and then they went to give like libation to her.
Wow.
But there are people that
no, people worship. Look, again, this is how we always deceive ourselves.
Yeah.
People are traditionalists.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
People that wear this green and red, but they are traditional worshippers.
There's a film, I think it's on Netflix. I forget the name, but it's basically about a couple of kids who are sneak onto a ship.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the main characters, the female main character, her whole thing is her dad was trying to stop her from seeing this boy, falling in love with this boy and seeing this boy. Because the way she was conceived is her mother was unable to have a child and her mother they're from the Niger Delta, her mother went to the waters and begged for a child. And in return, the spirit told her that this girl is basically ours. Like, she can't get pregnant and whatnot. But I think her dad's thinking was when she's young and a teenager, the odds of her being safe are very low.
Yeah.
So it's not like you can't have a boyfriend or whatever. You just can't have a family. You can't get pregnant or anything.
Wow.
So but young love. So
but they didn't tell her.
The film, she knows. She knows, but okay, if you're think of my daddy come and tell me, you must find something to be telling me I should not fuck. That is Sayo. You are a marine spirit. Oh, we dedicated you to Jesus. Oh, you have it.
Yeah.
Oh, you shall find some. That's how teenagers think.
Yeah.
You will find something to tell me. But yeah, that video was really interesting because it's not something that was hidden, but I found that so interesting and so funny. And another person wrote in the comments of that about how he has a friend who dated a girl that was a traditionalist, and he broke her heart. She used to treat him well, and she was worried for him. So when he wasn't doing well, she would do libations on his behalf and stuff like that. But not in a juju way, almost like the way in our version of our
not just normal traditional.
Like your parents are
pour anointing, or is their own version. They do a prayer and fasting. They do sacrifice. Exactly. They do divination. So she used to pray.
Anyway, he cheated on her. They broke up, and the guy says that he has never been able to restabilize in terms of like his career.
It's actually not funny.
But he said the funny thing is that the guy would tell you that is that girl that was helping him. So he actually has to remind himself that he had just gone back to factory setting.
Screaming.
Without her. So now he has to hustle by himself. Right? That it's the same way, and I'm not trying to be funny. If you follow that line of thinking to the way some women, when their hearts broken, they say, do you know how I was praying for you? Your life will never be good again. Blah, 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 blah. And it's that thing of somebody was either if they believe in the spiritual world, they are
somebody
also
on your behalf, interceding for you,
in a way that people understand more. Yeah, with a girlfriend who is more connected socially than you, and so she's able to get you business deals.
You get things.
You people now break up. You now say she's blocking your road. No, you are not with the person that they know again.
Nobody knows you, my dear.
They were not helping you. They were helping her.
Sorry, just as an aside. Well, this was not my original unsafe space, but like, I would love for us to be so for real about your friend's partner. If you are my friend's partner, love you so much while you're together. Mm-hmm. When you're no longer together.
Oh, you're not my business.
My brother and my sister, I want you to know that give a damn. And the expectation you have, I saw somebody's ex, they're telling me, that's how you just freed me. I said, sir, I don't get. Okay, you thought our friendship was based on mutual what?
And friendship is even a strong word for what we had.
What are you talking about? We
I was
were
polite
managing you. Because the girl says she liked, okay, now she doesn't like you. And she has, not only does she not like you, she has also moved on. So we're managing the next person that she has. Who has time to be remembering you? And he was really, and I was like, dude, are you serious about this thing you're saying? He was like, yeah, you just thought that. And I was like, I'm actually so sorry. I'd never considered us to be, I didn't say that to him. But like, I was like, oh, I didn't realize that you thought like, genuinely we were friends. This is crazy. Because you were my friend before now.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you were, I have friends that they've gotten together. So you were my friend, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I met you because of her. That's the only reason that I know you. Outside of her, only God knows if I would have met you. Now we're hanging out together, good, fine. So you really have to be so for real about, thinking that you're also friends. Yeah. We just have to keep it moving, honestly.
Yeah. So that was it. So after that, what else did I do? Then I don't think I got up too much on Friday.
Yesterday you went to slow.
Before Lauren?
Yes.
Where are we going with this?
Why didn't I get a phone call?
Weren't you busy yesterday? Is that not why we didn't record yesterday?
It's not about that.
You're a clown.
It's not about that. And why didn't you tell me? I was on the phone to Falari about work. That's when I knew he was going to slow.
Well, what a shame. On Saturday, I went to the Hunger Games, also known as the Dye Lab sample sale.
Dude, I was supposed to go on Sunday. I had to do something else. And then I asked Declan to go.
Big mistake.
Obviously, nobody got anything.
Let me tell you what I learned about the Dye Lab sample sale. Ladies are animals. Animals. I got there and I'm not joking. I was maybe like 5th on the queue.
Yeah.
I walked in and carried my phone to like do a gentle swipe around for content. I promise you that as I was doing this, the racks were just clearing. By the time I put my phone down, 4 seconds video. You guys, the doors opened at 10 on the dot. By 10:18, there was children's clothes, bib. The bib, and maybe 1 or 2 that were still left. I could not believe it.
That's like,
but the sample sale was so nice.
My slot was 2. Mm-hmm. I think he got there at 2:19.
No.
So I was like, bro,
2.
You need to be, because he was like, oh, the slot is 2 to 2:40. He now said, oh, he plans to get there like maybe 2:30. I said, you need to be, I don't know why. Are you a serious
people
individual?
For 2 o'clock were there by 1.
He now said, no, but he thought because of the slot. I said, guy, and I prepped this boy.
Yeah.
He now tried to go back at 4.
What even worse
for the walk
for the free walking.
Guess what? He was on the queue. He now told the people on the queue that, okay, since the queue is so long, he's going to sit down in his car.
Oh, he will come back.
He will come back. By the time he came back, he saw them coming out. They're the one that told him, oh, sorry, there's nothing left again.
Yeah.
So I just said, so you just spent 2 hours doing what?
And the sample sale was a real sample sale. So
it looked like a lot of...
It was
I saw
fantastic.
1 or 2 people's videos of what they bought.
It was fantastic.
Like there was such interesting stuff.
So apart from the fact that it was heavily discounted, so I got one thing that was 70% off the original price and the other things were 40 and 50% off. But it was also genuinely, a lot of those things are one of one. Because they were using
other...
What they have, basically all the fabrics that they've made, stuff they tried to experiment with, the scraps of what was left. It was really,
if
really
I was
good.
a more serious person, I'd have gone on Saturday.
Oh no, it was a really, really good sample sale.
But yeah, that was interesting.
I did that. Please, then I went for brunch.
Okay. So you went for brunch and then you also went to slow.
Yes. I went for brunch on Saturday with Omono, Odun, Layo, and...
Was my phone not working?
It was after almost dying. At the
I don't guess.
Kini.
So just it never crosses your mind to be like, oh, let me see.
Nope.
If you want. How do you know I was busy at that moment?
I know you were. First of all, it was too early for you to be awake.
Monday. No, not the brunch. The Monday slow lunch.
Because it was a work thing.
So, don't I work?
I'm not sure.
It's Trisha.
I'm not sure.
It's Trisha.
It was a work thing.
Me myself, I'm not sure.
It was a work thing. And then, what else did I do? And then on
I
Sunday,
just imagine me, we're on a call, as in work meeting. I said, guy, where are you? He's like, I'm on this have lunch with Jola, slow money Jola.
exactly.
I know that person. That's somebody I'm familiar with. I didn't hear from her that she's going to Slow for lunch. So these are just some
And
of
my
the
hobby is
things.
going to lunch with Larry because I can never pay.
No, that's the best
I can never pay.
case scenario. Another thing that happened is I lied. Well, I didn't lie. To be fair, I lied to Lila that I was going to go to church with her. So like 7:30.
In Lukweju.
You guys are 7:38. Lila was in the coach. She come the horn. She was calling. She even called Declan. Declan came to knock on my gate. I had to call her that you need to be so for real. When I say things, I don't mean
7:30.
I don't
Because she goes
mean-
for the first service.
I was
doesn't
like, I
she?
don't mean it actually.
Mhm.
I said 7:30. Stop. What's all this?
I think my uncle preached yesterday.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's actually why we said that we were going to see Uncle Tunde.
Yeah, he preached
Preaching.
yesterday.
I even need to call him. Let me pretend as if I watched that sermon.
And then
to
on
ask him.
Sunday, I
ask
went
him for
to
notes.
tea with Tolagwe. Salt did a tea.
Oh, nice.
Salt Lagos did tea with Agabi. Very fantastic. Tolagwe messaged me, do you want to go? I said, have you ever asked me for anything food related that may have said no? It was really, really nice. And then the owner of Salt was there as well in her capacity as chef, Madam Chef. It was nice. That was really, 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 really nice. I had fun with it. I just enjoyed studying
Lovely.
Tolagwe.
I went to Nomada with my mom.
Is that
for
place
Declan's
good?
birthday. It
Okay,
depends.
don't worry about that.
It depends on how you look at it.
What are we looking at?
To be honest, it just depends. I'm just
What
giving,
kind of cuisine?
I'm giving them. It's a fusion.
Oh.
It's Peruvian.
What is meeting what?
It's Peruvian and also
Peruvian
Japanese.
meets Japanese.
Yeah.
You know something is always meeting something
They
in
are
this
always
Lagos.
fusing.
Clothing brand where
Yeah.
home meets away. Restaurants where Japan meets Peruvian. Everything.
Everything was just so that was
makeup
also,
artist.
Yeah,
Where skin meets Renaissance.
that was an interesting
rubbish.
experience also because I'm just like there's so many new restaurants popping up and I don't know how sustainable.
I want to go to the new Ileros.
Oh, I didn't know there was a new Ilya.
Yeah, he's come back.
Fascinating.
I want someone that is not a. Do you know who I really want to go? Onije Kuje.
Sure.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I think they are still people have chased for Laimi and Nusa.
Away.
Man, when E Drink Lagos started, they hated their
Everybody
guts
hated
in
their
Lagos
guts, man.
because they would be honest to a crazy point.
Yeah.
Which was important because they were making decisions on our behalf.
Yeah.
Right. So I want someone who is not sympathetic to the owner.
Yeah. So yeah, no, the one thing I would say about Nomada was, well, maybe it was the people we got. The like waitress and
service,
but phenomenal.
Oh, that's good.
It was like noticeably, I think from our table, she collected maybe 30K in tips. Everybody gave her a tip. She was too good.
The waitress that was at Slow yesterday, that there's this lady, she's very professional, but she's also, there's a sharp, I don't know how to explain. Like,
that's what it
sharpness.
was. And she was like, I was ordering something and she could hear me talking about it to my mom about, and she was like, I don't think you're going to like that based on what you just said now. I think she was honestly,
sharpness.
all of us gave her a separate tip. She was too good. I even collected her number. Just in case. I don't know why. I was like,
it reminds me
maybe if I open a cuisine.
When I was younger, my dad had a favorite waiter at New Yorker. And if he enters and the guy is not there, he turns around.
Yeah. It's like Bamdele at Tai, to be honest. For me.
Same.
If
I get there and Bamdele is not there, I'm
I
like,
promise you, I actually ask if he's there. If he's not there, I'm actually feeling somehow. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all. So yeah, no, that was the thing that was interesting. Yes, I said I was going to table this matter. Please, I did my hair yesterday.
It's very cute.
Thank you very much. Now I live with two individuals. I did my hair. I went into the TV room. Declan looked at me. I did my hair. I said, yes, what do you think? He said, it's clean. I now said, I don't understand. Is that a We now had a debate about, he says, that's a compliment.
Oh, clean.
He's like, yesterday your hair was rough. Now it's clean. I was like, I don't
No,
understand.
that's an observation. That's not a compliment.
Thank you. You did. We were arguing about
I thought
this.
he meant clean the way like
we were arguing
the
about
youth
this.
say
No.
like sneakers are clean.
But like he said no. He means like he cut his hair yesterday. He looks clean.
Not even neat.
I said,
do you know what clean is?
That's what I said. I said,
that means
how
like
can
dirty
I,
bitch.
How can I walk into this place and you tell me my hair looks clean? And you're saying, he was like, no, clean means nice. How the hell does clean mean nice?
No, there is a context in which clean means nice, but
There's
that's
a
not the one
context
you use.
of like, hey, you look like how when men cut their hair, they tell them they look decent.
Yeah.
But that's not what because I said, what do you think? And he said, I think your hair is clean. So these are my issues really that I have that is going on in life. I don't tell somebody their hair looks clean. Anyway,
He said what he said and he meant it.
That's his business. Do we have any dilemmas?
Yes, we do. We have many. We have many.
Please, dear, what's happening right now? No. I have a question.
Oh God.
You know how I've been on this, like, I'm going to win the lottery thing?
You're not winning any lottery.
Okay, when I win, this is part of what I'm
also, the issue is that you have such lofty ambitions because winning the lottery implies is a big number.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't mean winning like all these, like, it's when I go to London because that's when I'm going to play. What I'm trying to tell you is when I go and I play, I'm going to win like the jackpot.
Okay.
Now, here's my question. So because of this fascination, I've been watching all these like lottery shows.
Okay.
Like Lottery Changed My Life. There's one Dream Home Lottery and there's interviews with lottery. Please, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to, no, don't suspend Diane Nigerian actually. Will you, because people have a choice of whether to go public or not. And there are a lot of people who have said it was actually easier to just go public.
No.
That guy.
I will never, ever, 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 ever go public.
Okay, good. We are in agreement. But here's my second question. On a realistic level, who do you tell? And if you don't tell anybody, what is the story you then tell to explain certain things that you do now because you've won?
I'm telling my mom.
Okay, who else?
Initially or after?
Anyone, just tell me the whole story.
I'm telling my mom because...
Like you won a big prize. Let's say you won £3 million.
I'm telling my mom because my mom is very good with not having a...
Is your mom going to tell your dad?
No. Ay.
Good.
Hey. Actually, I might as well tell them both.
Good.
Yeah, but part of telling them is the reason I have to tell them because I'm going to collect money.
That's what I'm saying.
So the first thing, what are you traveling for? I can say work.
Okay. So this is
no, I can say work. I can say I'm traveling for work.
This is what I mean. What will you not tell me that is the reason you're traveling?
Peace and sustainability in the environment. NGO.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. NGO work.
So you're not telling anybody else?
Not initially.
Okay, like when?
After I've put away what I need to put away. Then I'll tell people I collected the balance.
No, that's what I'm saying. But do you tell us the amount you want?
No, I'll tell you the balance that I collected.
So my question is, why are you even saying any amount at all?
That I won the lottery. Because my mouth is big.
That's what I'm saying. This is my problem.
Like what are you talking about?
And this is what...
So you tell me you're a liar. You tell me.
No, I won't. Let me tell you why.
You can't lie.
Because of this.
You can't lie. Fekami can lie. Fekami will say Jola. And I won't say something, but don't worry, not yet. I swear, that's what she'll do. Then 2 weeks later, she doesn't remember that I told you I want to tell you something.
You guys,
I can't tell you the full thing.
Let me tell you the problem.
Let me tell you what happened.
I want to tell you the problem. The problem, I thought about this thing deeply. The problem with telling you is we have a group of friends. Now,
Fekami, you may not tell me the amount, full amount. But you tell me what you want to tell me.
Let's carry on.
If you want 3 million, you tell me 500K.
If you tell us the amount, you know that one person there is going to tell somebody else.
But as a group of friends, we rarely ever even talk about specific amounts
That's
of
what I'm
money.
saying. But let's say you yarn us that.
I can't.
So you won't yarn all of us.
No, I can't tell you people the amount of money I won.
So you just say you won.
Yes.
Now, one person is going to tell somebody else.
Yes, that I won money.
Yeah.
Sure.
Then that is how it happens.
I finished it.
No, you haven't.
I have definitely
so that
finished
means
it.
You've not finished it. My dear, if you win millions of pounds, it's not 1 year you will finish it.
It is.
Then you're
For others, I finished it. What do you mean? Okay, let's say grandma comes to meet me that, Fekemi said you won the lottery. I said, grandma, you know I'm a fool. Money that I finished. I don't know. I came, in fact, as a matter of fact, grandma will know I won the lottery. Why? Because I finally come to buy fabric from her. I'll finally come to buy fabric from her. And I'll say, oh, grandma wanted to buy fabric because I won the lottery. Say how much do you want to buy? I said, grandma, you know that I'm not wise. So,
but you know that's not going to fly with your actual friends.
Let me be actual. That's what I'm saying. Let me be actual, factual.
So when I actually think about it, it's so what this couple was saying
still
that
come out.
Honestly, they tried to manage this thing, and
but
they
it
were
was
like,
hard.
It was hard, and so they decided they went public like 4 months later because they were like,
sounds right.
Honestly, the explanation of what and they were like they're not even flashy people, but they bought a new house.
Of course.
So they were like the explanation of that new house, not to the general public or social media, to their friends. And they were like, their friends they were like, guys, what's happening?
No, but you would definitely tell your friends you won the lottery.
You just have to be like, it's me here. Are you doing fraud?
Yes, now because you guys were actually
because they're friends you have that and they were like, forget outside people.
Yeah.
Forget even all this extended. I'm talking about your guys. What do you want to tell them?
Forget my guys. My parents first. You know, some people have parents. I think some people have parents who.
What about your siblings? They are thieves.
My brothers. I'm not trying to be funny.
Actually, to be fair, your brothers are not those kind of people. My sibling thieves.
My brothers are very like. So I can see Bolu. I'm not sure what Bolu's reaction will be, but I can see Jared being literally mad. I promise you guys,
is going to say a nice one, just be like, congrats, and he's going to walk away.
And walk away into his room.
Just not give a damn.
He does not care. Max, sometimes we not come and say, what, that time were you joking? And I'll say no.
No, you don't
say, oh, okay.
I actually want to promise you that. I remember after one of our shows, Jerry does it like this.
Yeah. Yes.
He did.
Ask people that have met my youngest brother.
We came outside the show, he does it.
Yes. And it's not as if he's not an expressive person, but just generally, it's like things happen in your life for you.
Yeah, he's just
and he's happy for you, but he don't. Like, I feel like maybe from time to time, my brother might say, Jola, I want to go and watch us now.
I want you to know that in this theoretical conversation, my siblings have already sent me their list. One of them,
I'm trying to think.
Includes a house. I said, sorry. I said, hope everybody here is not mad.
Even a flat, a house.
God bless you.
How much is 3 million
buy
pounds?
A house in the Caribbean. Said,
has he been there? Because I know who it is.
That boy is really crazy.
Exactly. Has he been there?
Said, okay, you won't get a house in Lagos. You have a house in Barbados.
I'm trying to think. I think it would take me.
Also, what? And the reason I'm asking this is because honestly, when you think about it practically, so you have to tell your friends. The public announcement is insane.
Yeah.
Forget that.
No.
What I'm saying is the handling of actually your not random people, your people that know you.
What happened to inheritance?
Because that iron that you replace it
for sure.
You replace it, and I'll have to ask you that. What's happened? Where did you get this Jeep?
Inheritance
from who?
Uncle Tunde's wife's uncle.
Which Uncle Tunde's wife's uncle?
No, I'll say my grandparents' estate.
You forget that we know Uncle Tunde and his wife. Which Uncle Tunde's wife? Do you know how many times Uncle Tunde has told me that he doesn't have anything for all of us?
No, you have to eventually tell your friends.
That's what I'm saying.
Genuinely,
but
you have to.
You tell them, but you still, there's going to be, because that thing is going to go out.
No, but what's the nature? So let's be frank. What's the nature of, we already agreed on the nature of the friendship. But inside people's friendships. I'm talking about your friends, now your friends. But then your friends might tell their spouses or whatever. It doesn't matter.
It matters because now it's out.
It doesn't matter. I think you're also thinking of it as someone. You're thinking about it purely as we are in hypotheticals. It's getting out is fine.
Yes.
There's out that is my up to a third circle out. Then there's out that is...
No, I don't mean public out. You're never I don't
mind up to my third circle out. I actually don't. I really don't.
Okay, now...
I think we're overthinking. I really don't.
Okay, now, next question. How do you handle people asking you for things?
What are they asking me for?
Money.
How much are they asking me for?
Who knows? I don't know.
So it depends.
Okay, will you share money?
Yes.
How much?
Everybody.
How much will you give me?
$500. Yes.
You
do your hair. You'll be neat. You'll be clean. You'll be clean. No, I'll give my friends money.
This is actually why I can't tell them. Because if you tell me one last year you give me $500, I will do libations for you on the water.
No, I would give my friends money.
Yeah.
I actually I have a list.
Okay, but how much?
It depends on how much I want.
Let's say you want £5 million.
My daddy will try and force me to tithe.
No, you tithe. No, let's assume you tithe or you put money aside for good charity things, one thing.
Okay. And I've spoken to my financial advisor.
Yeah, because now you have
I have
financial advisors.
I have a financial advisor.
That's how you'll be doing Lamba. When everybody asks you for, Jola, let's go to lunch. You say, oh, my financial advisor.
It depends on how they are doing in life. I know, you guys, I'm actually not joking.
Okay, so because I'm doing well, I shouldn't get money.
No, there's well and weller.
Are you crazy?
Like some of our friends that have real company. I'll buy you second grade watch.
I swear to God, I
can't give you money.
I cannot give
you don't
money.
need it. But then some of our friends that are hustling like us, they are really hustling. Yeah. I have to help. And it depends on how close we are. If you have kids, if you have kids and I like you and your husband, if you have kids and I like only you,
it's easier to just do an equal because all this kind of thing can cause problems.
No. It's actually unfair to your friends
to give them equal amounts.
Yes. Oh, that is why you have to choose friendships wisely. That's
what I'm saying. I'm saying, okay, like now the Sunday
next time
crew.
You'll be close to me.
Okay, wait, our friend group now, Sunday crew. You know that place will riot if you don't give all of us the same amount.
But we are all different. Then people should fight. Okay, do you know what I'll do?
If I hear that we're all different,
I'll put the money in a bucket.
Have you seen Mr. Beast? Have you seen Beast Games?
Yes, that what will happen.
That money that they put, that each of them take different amounts.
Yes, I put it in. So what I'll do is I put the money in a bucket. And people will start playing games to collect the money. People will start spelling.
I'll be first to collect the money.
I'm taking to collect the money.
Those fools should find out they want to.
No, but that circle of friends, you give them the same thing.
You have to.
Yeah, but you now have friends that are closest.
Okay, what if like now my car breaks down after you've given me the money?
You are a fool. And you will like Orokpe. You will I'll give you my Hyundai. You see? You see? Wisdom. I'll give you the Hyundai. We'll spray it black. And we'll change the seat to leather. I'll give you my Hyundai. You love it. You love it. But it depends. Once I've actually sat down and wrote down.
No, I've thought about this thing at length. Because obviously
I've written down,
realistic scenario.
I wrote down my dream lottery thing to do with my lottery.
Like this is a realistic scenario
parental
for me.
retirement.
So I've already, to be fair, my mother has retired.
But also parental retirement because I actually have the least greedy parents in the world. They don't want jadi. I'm being serious. My mom doesn't buy goats. Like, you know those people that, as you're giving them money, all like a guarantee that there's one missionary group that's going to be getting a steady income.
Yeah.
My parents, even traveling, so that they're like, they are very contained. And then I've been blessed that my parents are okay in that I'm not dragging them out of poverty. So it's just, you no longer actually have to work.
Yeah. I want you to know that when we were
doing this hypothetical,
in Nancy Araba's house, my cousin Dorothy, who just turned 18, said that his requirements from anyone in the family that wins lottery will be 100K. Nancy Araba said, if my son's collecting 100K, how can I also collect? So I said, the problem I have is
I would pity you.
No, because my family is...
I would actually pity you.
Look, there's nothing they love more than lifestyle. Yeah. Mom is currently in Cape Town, having the time of her life, actually. Every day, I'm just getting all sorts of videos. She met like some girls who are from Ireland who listen to the podcast, who now asked her to sit with them on the wine tour until she was there. She's not sending me videos. Oh, FK's mom. I thought, where are you? What? You told me you were doing something
different between all of us. My own parents cannot go to wine farm. They don't drink.
What I was saying was, she thought she was going there for one thing walk. So far, all videos I've seen.
She's just been playing.
I've not seen any meeting that they've done.
It depends. So it it's my grandparents are late. It's my friends that would stress me out.
Like my cousins have such big eyes.
My cousins too are calm.
You need to know those ones are not the ones I
met
have.
Them. You see?
The ones I have.
So you see the problem is that you actually have family issue. That's actually where we should start from here.
The ones I have, their eye is so...
Oh, this is such a fun exercise.
It is. And when we were all talking about it, literally everyone... First of all, I hated that we discussed it as a family because all of us were like, which one is... as everybody kept talking, we were all like, which one is you won the lottery? Please, let's be clear.
We won the lottery. I think it really does depend on your family is such a big... I think that's what people don't realize. When they're afraid of family and friends,
family is actually
that's
huge.
The big thing.
That's actually the big thing.
So even when I said I'll tell my parents, some people here were like, I have to tell them because it just... First of all, my dad works in finance.
Because they're things that... They're like crucial things. I have a relationship. My parents talk to me. There are things I would do that, honestly, there will be questions that are asked.
Even instead of just making wise decisions, to be very honest, my dad has worked in finance for 40 years. So the first thing he's going to tell me about is estate planning.
Yeah.
That's the first thing the man is going to say. He's just going to be like... I think
it's very interesting. But then one thing all of them said, which for the Nigerian context is why I was like, about managing it, is all of them were like, a lot of people they go to primary school with, this is in England, America, we're asking them for money. In Nigeria, if you have an office job, people are asking you for money.
True.
Do you get? So extend that to somebody like your house and finding out you want, as in lottery or millions. We're not
your granduncle. No, actually, I didn't think it's your granduncle, your auntie, your second cousin.
Forget winning money. If you're somebody that makes money, people are asking for money.
Yeah.
If you win who wants to be a millionaire, 1 to 5 million naira, people are asking you for money. So imagine winning, how much is that in naira?
Yeah.
Billions of naira, that's crazy. Everybody's asking you. And this is the problem.
Yeah, right. But you have to tell people. So that's the thing. It's just sucking it up and figuring out what your tap, where you close.
That's what I'm
the
saying,
tap.
because everybody finds out you won't tell anybody.
No,
That's not
you have to tell
realistic.
people. You have to tell people. It's just also figuring out how you close the tap. Now, do you know what would have made it different if I was married? That's where the problem now is.
Yeah.
Because there's your family,
and then there's their family.
And then there's their own family. And then they have their own expectations as well. Is it our money? Is it your money?
Is it whose money?
Exactly. These are the issue.
Who won the lottery?
Exactly.
Precisely.
Mind you, if a his husband wins the lottery and he starts saying such rubbish.
If I hear that he said he won the lottery, I said, when you signed that way, I won, you didn't know.
Okay, let me see. I saw a dilemma and... Okay, yes. First dilemma is from Lady B, who says, hi, I need advice. I've been in a long-distance marriage for about 4 years. And every time my husband and I reunite, he has gained a noticeable amount of weight. It's becoming concerning for me, both health-wise and physically. The difficult part is that other people have started commenting on it too. Someone even called him Biggie recently, and I could tell it stung. His mom has also called me, asking me to help change his diet and talk to him about it. I love my husband deeply. I want to be his peace, not another voice criticizing him. But I'd be lying if I said he hasn't started affecting my physical attraction towards him, and that makes me feel guilty. How do you tell your spouse you're worried about their weight without making them feel judged, especially when the whole world already seems to be commenting?
He's your husband.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's anybody that you can talk to,
you just have to be kind.
Ideally, it should be him. Yeah, you just have to be kind to him. But this is the exact situation.
I told you now that my ex told me I had gained weight.
Yeah.
But the thing is that I wasn't. It stung a little, but it didn't even. You know that kind of thing where you hit your leg on the edge of the table and you just rub it. So it stung for a little bit. What are you talking about?
I told the story about the corset now. As in about when I was trying to tie it.
Yeah, and so
look, I feel like if you're with somebody, this is like part of the territory.
Yeah,
honestly, this is part of the territory. You just you understand how to talk to them in a way, just like you said, that is kind, and they know that, or hopefully they know that you love them and it's coming from a place of love. The fact is that it is somehow to have a conversation about weight with anybody. That's just the fact.
Very, very
And I think that you have to acknowledge that fact. It is never going to be a great conversation. Nobody is trying to hear from the person that they love that, look, this is what I feel. Like, nobody wants to hear it.
The first time.
But Honestly, if anyone is going to tell him,
it should be you.
His
I just
wife.
remember I gained a lot of weight when my first term of A levels, like a lot of weight, and it was so shocking. Like I went from like a size 10 to maybe like 14, 16. Literally, I was just eating. That's the only way to explain it. I gained a lot of weight. So my mom, and she just didn't know how to talk about it. So she ended up putting her foot in it a little bit, and I had a really bad reaction. Then we went somewhere. And guys, I also want to advise you, please don't be buying clothes with plenty elastic. I'm being serious, because that's part of the problem. You don't know if you buy trousers that the waist is elastic,
That the waist stretches.
you won't know until it's very late. So we went somewhere to buy a church wear for Christmas. And I told them to bring a size that was actually not mine. And my mom said, I don't know if that will... My mom said, let them bring the one right after.
Yeah.
And I got so offended because I was already self-conscious. And she said it in front of the person that was helping us out, who was a bit too eager, actually. So I think the way my face is, my mom just said, or like, don't rush, just bring it just in case. And remember, I'm just thinking, what does this one even know about? I enter the dressing room and I put one meaty thigh into the skirt. From the space left, I said, this second meaty thigh cannot enter this place. But I've shouted at my mommy.
So you have to.
So what shall we do? I now did what most people do when they've gained weight. You now say, let me make sure I've opened the zip to the end. Actually, I had zipped everything zippable. You know when you push the zip down
all the way inside, that is almost coming out.
You guys, with one meaty thigh inside the thing, I started wailing in the dressing room. My mom now said, can I cover it? I said, no. I need to wear a rambuba. I'm too fat. I'm too fat, mommy. I'm too fat. And she was just like, you've gained a bit of weight, but I'm sure you look very beautiful. I said, I don't look beautiful. I was so distraught. And I think that was when I had to start taking, because I'd never been bigger before. So that was when I had to start learning to take feedback and stuff. But the truth is, for some people, if you put a lot of stock in how you look, and sometimes people don't realize it, how much stock they put in how they look.
Yeah, and also how much stock you put in how people perceive how you look.
Yeah.
So I think that especially in this romantic situation, the more somehow thing is not really that you put on weight. It is the potential that the person that you like is not that attracted to you anymore. And so they are trying to help you to help yourself.
Yeah. It's painful.
It's painful.
It's very painful.
It's very, very painful.
You don't like me for my inner?
Bro!
You don't like you don't like me on the inside?
My dear, you're not that funny. You're not that funny. You're not funny enough for
this. You're not funnier than that waistline, girl.
You're not funny enough for this shit that you're doing. I just think...
not his friend, but somebody I know that actually... I remember him saying, he likes ladies that are on the trim. I hate that word. Trim. I hate that trim, dress. When like someone wants to tell you to move, they say you should dress. The word trim, when people say dress, it makes me think that you are an animal. He actually said, he likes ladies on the trim size. I want you to know that this man looks like Humpty Dumpty.
That's usually the case.
Rotund is the word for him.
That's usually the case. So I think honestly, you kind of, personally, I would always address the awkward nature of if I'm having an awkward conversation, it's very important for me to point out that this thing is going to be somehow first. But you really have to tell him,
yes,
I think.
Yes.
If it's bothering you this much that you've written here, you should have a conversation with him. You have to accept that he might not react well.
Yep.
And you have to take that on. Because again, anybody would be offended.
Yeah,
so
they're just...
It's like I was saying that I wanted to lose weight the other day. Mommy said, thank God, dude, because I don't know how I was going to. And I thought, there's
a way people will react. That's just so
you
bad.
Guys, you actually can't believe. I said, sorry. She said, because you people now, once you say something, you say, wow, body shaming, but anyway, now that you've said it, I said, ha. So it was, that's the conversation I brought up. It was very somehow. Because I was like, what you expect is no. Actually, you need a little bit of like a pushback so that you can tussle with yourself. She said, oh, finally, man.
Oh, mate.
I said, babes, this is actually not appropriate. Anyway, but I just think that it's a somehow conversation that you have to have. There's no real twos about
this reminds me when I started doing a little makeup to go out, and my mom said, oh, you look so nice. And my dad nodded a bit too furiously.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said, yeah, sometimes you used to look somehow, but I don't want to make you feel bad. He said, yeah, now I feel great, don't I? I feel absolutely wonderful. I told you guys that my dad is a vain guy. Like, if I call my dad, I want to buy a bomb length bust down, he'll be there. Say, that's what you need. Anything looking good, my father is there.
Okay, I have one.
We have an update too.
What?
From last year.
Okay.
Well, I'll read your own first, and then I'll read the updates.
All right. What I wanted to read was FK and Jolly's baby sister. Lovely. Hi, Jolly and FK, my big sisters. Hi, this person. Do you know the problem? This person will be like 28. Hi to our lovely guest, Stephanie. I have a friendship dilemma and I need you to hold my hand through this. I've had this friend since 2017 when we entered university. We started as classmates and somehow became close. I won't lie, I was one of the academically responsible people in class, and she was smart too, but had other priorities. ... So I became her unofficial PA. Assignments, typing, printing, reminders, moral support, you name it. Sis, I don't like where this is going. Somewhere in between all that, we became real friends.
Okay.
We know our family members, that kind of friendship. After school in 2022, we even planned our lives together. We decided to serve and live in the bush. That's how serious it was. We've quarreled before, the kind where you stop talking for months, but nobody apologizes. Sorry? That's not quarreling, no. But nobody apologizes. We just magically resume like nothing happened. Very unserious conflict resolution system, but it worked. Now, fast forward to last year, she had been out of town for almost a year and she was coming back. She called me saying she needed my help because she had somebody to clean her house and she wanted me to supervise. Not clean, just to be there while they clean. The problem is that day I was exhausted. I honestly can't even remember why. I was just tired and cranky. She had told me the day before that she would call me in the morning, but I took a day off to that effect, as into the effect that she was exhausted. She didn't call that morning and no text too. By afternoon, I'd mentally assumed it wasn't happening again and I just wanted to rest. 2 days later, I texted her and explained properly. Since then, silence. She doesn't respond. She doesn't pick up my calls, nothing. And here's where I'm confused. If I'm being very honest with myself, I've poured more into this friendship than she has. I've shown up academically, emotionally, physically, but for some reason, I'm still holding on. Is it because my circle is already small and I'm scared of making it smaller? Is it ego? Is it history? Or am I romanticizing a friendship that maybe has expired? Should I let it go or fight for it? Is it worth it? Because most of my friends and sisters are not cool with how I have been treated in the friendship. Help. Sis, there's no serious dilemma.
Yeah, you guys are not
There's
really
no serious
friends.
dilemma here. Yeah, I think the signs are there. The signs are there.
Yeah.
Number one, is you that even said you were her unofficial PA. It's only you that it was unofficial for. Anybody that is printing, doing assignment, that's actually an unofficial PA. You were just unpaid. Number two is that quarreling with your friends, there's not, when you say quarreling, I thought you meant like you guys will disagree and then you get over it.
Yep.
I don't have any friendship in which we quarrel and don't speak for months on end. No, I'm sorry.
That's not friendship.
That's not really how friendship operates. Which one is you quarrel because of small quarrel? You don't speak for months, then you just resume. That's actually not the normal pattern of when you argue with your friend, you argue as in by the time people have seen each other the next time, we've settled this matter and we've moved on.
Yeah.
That's if I really still want to be your friend. It means it has to be settled. So if you're quarreling and you're not talking for months, I actually question the fundamental friendship. Then this one, okay, she wanted you to supervise her house cleaning because she's coming back. You were tired. She said she'll call you on the day. She didn't call you on the day. You are taking the day off. You assume that it's not happening. And then you message her after and she's not answering you. Again, these are very silly things.
Yeah.
So
It's just a bit weird.
it's just a bit
I
weird.
think you guys are avoidant in a weird way. And
Yeah, you're avoiding conflict for reasons I don't know.
Yeah, I think I think you don't really enjoy the friendship.
Yeah, definitely.
But you're holding on to
romanticizing the
it.
idea of the friendship, because honestly, what is actually there is not much.
Yeah.
But I mean, it might be somehow for you, but
yeah, just let it go.
You need to free it.
Let it go.
You need to free it. I don't even think you should consider in your mind
just free it.
all this fighting for it. You need to free it. It's fine.
Okay, now we have an update from the estranged mother from last year.
Oh, the one we asked to go and talk to her daughter.
Yep. She says, "Good evening, ladies. I sent a dilemma last year and I only thought it right to follow up and tell you the resolution. My husband has since passed and as I suspected, my other children were in fact in contact with their sister. And though I do not fault them for not telling me, I was still quite angry. My aforementioned estranged daughter came back for the funeral, paid a big expense towards it, but didn't stay in the house. She booked a hotel for her entire stay. And at the few glimpses of time I had with her, she always said, 'Mommy, not now,' or 'You don't want to discuss this in public.' I finally put my foot down and went to her hotel for lunch. And she disclosed that, yes, she was hurt for what happened with her father. And she was more saddened with how much trust she had put in my defending her, that when it did not really happen, it broke something in her. And that in turn really hit my soul. She has said she still wants boundaries and we can speak about once a month till she feels like she can trust me again. Naturally, her aunties are calling it Iran and that she's overdoing things, but Ikuku can't beat the girl. She's successful in her field and has even planned for her sisters to join her abroad for summer holidays. So those ones are doing their very best not to mess it up. I appreciate the advice you guys gave on reaching out. You gave a lot of nuance, comedy, and heartfelt introspect that as Nigerians is very, very hard to find. Thank you. You know this is a mommy.
Very serious. Very lovely. Oh, I'm glad that at least there's small progress.
Yes.
Honestly, you have to just take it on the chin. And the 1 month, it can become, once a month can become more than that. It's just kind of what it is. But I feel like your tone has changed a bit. And now you kind of understand that this baby is not playing.
Yeah.
As for your sister, is my auntie is not their daughter.
Yeah, exactly.
Let everybody face their children. But yeah, I'm glad that there's been some resolution. I'm sorry about your husband passing away.
Okay. Let me find one more.
I like when people get back to us.
Yes.
Nice to know that we've been impactful.
Yeah. Okay. We have a follow-up. This person calls themselves a bride in distress partner. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for the podcast. So I'm the bride in distress's partner in some way, in the sense that I'm the partner with potential. I'm a lady and I've been dating my partner for 4 years. My last well-paying job was about 3 years ago. I've gone on to have short-term and contract jobs.
Wait, she's referencing the last babe in the last episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one, yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so I'm a lady and I've been dating my partner for 4 years. My last well-paying job was about 3 years ago. I've gone on to have short-term and contract jobs over the years, but the pay has been shitty. My partner has had to carry me financially in very big ways, even though I support in my own little way and try to get him gifts for big significant events like birthdays and anniversaries. I know he believes in me and is always rooting for me and he has hope that something great will come along, but I can sense that he's getting weary and gently longs for when that will be. Do you have any advice for a partner that has potential and is starting to feel a bit of shame about being the person everybody's advised to not partner with? Is this enough reason to end the relationship or take a break until things look better? P.S. I'm doing everything I can with upskilling, applying, and doing as many freelance jobs as I can.
What do you think? I have the same exact thing to say to her as we said to the last babe, except if I was talking to her boyfriend, but I'm not talking to her boyfriend. Honestly, you've just said that you're doing all the things that you can do. The unfortunate part is that you cannot control what he does or what he doesn't do or how he feels. Yeah. That's the truth of the matter. And that is what is unfortunate. It sounds like you're trying your best and life has just, it hasn't yet worked out for you. And so I would hope that he can also see that you are, in fact, doing your best. And you've had short-term jobs, contract jobs while you're working it out. Unfortunately, there's nothing really else to do apart from try, which you're already doing. But if you're feeling shame and kind of concerned that he might want to, again, this person that you're with, you have to open your mouth and talk. It will be very somehow. but you kind of have to say something.
Do you know what I think it is? I think when you're on the back foot, so when you don't feel equal to your partner, there sometimes can be what I call gratitude exhaustion. Whereas, how many thank you?
Yeah.
I too want to be thanked.
Yeah.
When will I
like
be thanked?
it's actually it's not in a bad way, but it's almost that kind of thing where you almost don't want to go to dinner because they are paying. You don't want to do.
So, sometimes you don't even want to hear the encouragement.
You don't want to
get the advice.
Yeah.
So have you tried this? Are you doing that? But I think life is in ebbs and flows, and if you're going through a season that is rough, there's only so much encouragement we can give, right? Because we are advising you, but you are living it. So beyond being your best, the best type of person you can be within that point, I personally will say, also don't go beyond that. Because what happens is, when you're on the back foot, you don't know when you now move into...
You now try to start doing too much.
You start self-flagellating.
Yeah.
Where you start acting like... Where you start to... In a bid to show how grateful you are, in a bid to be... To show that you're not an ungrateful person and you're trying, you are not even being yourself anymore in the relationship.
Like you're flailing about in a way that actually just starts to push people away because it's too much.
And you're just not being yourself because you worry about the fact that let me not go and say, let me not go and do, let me not... I think it's remembering that this is a season. This is not who I am, and I'm doing my best. And it's also good sometimes to... What do you think of this? I find that sometimes when you're going through a rough patch, you're trying to act like everything is still the same, just like you're in a rough patch. And that's where the weariness comes in. Like, as nice as it is,
you need to
we can't be going on
the matter.
Yeah, there's also some stuff that let's just be frank.
Yeah.
We can't... There are only so many dates your partner wants to pay for. We're trying to maintain the status quo. It's just that you don't have money. But if I don't have money, we can't maintain the status quo without somebody being tired.
Yeah.
So it's not an embarrassment to be like, Bobo.
You actually have to be able to have a conversation and say like, listen, I'm also fatigued with the gratitude, and you are very nicely also getting tired.
Yes.
So the truth is that if the situation has fundamentally changed, something else has to shift as well. Your lifestyle has to follow suit so that it can be a bit more bearable, which I don't know, depending on how your partner is, they might find that a relief, or they might find it like... Unfair is not the word, but they might just think, okay, I don't want this to impact me in that way because I can afford it. But
so
again,
you can
only find out about this if you talk about it. That's the truth. There is no amount of... And this is the thing. Hard conversations are hard. They're somehow... there's no way you're going to go about it that this conversation is not weird. So I think you just have to accept that. You take it on the chin and you discuss, you have a discussion, because you are worried that the person you're with is not really rating you anymore because of the way life is. And you need to have that conversation.
Yeah.
You might be right. I don't know. I hope not. But you need to have that. There's nothing we can say that will be able to either give you the reassurance that you want, or kind of give you... If you're already upskilling yourself, you're applying, you're doing short-term things, you're doing contract things. Honestly, what else is there? What else is there for you to do that is not now trying to go out of your way? So
let me do one last one.
Okay.
This person calls themselves Attractor of Beggy.
Screaming.
Says, hi, FK Angela. I hope you had a great weekend. To my dilemma, I keep attracting men who are comfortable begging for money. These men complain about women begging, but most of them are Bambialas. My ex, a 33-year-old, started with, send me 1K for airtime. I want to make a quick call. I didn't see a problem with it at first, although it felt weird to ask that just barely 2 weeks into the relationship. Then he resigned voluntarily from his job and everything went haywire. Please, did you cook food? Bring some as they are coming. Do you have small change? I need to get to work. Even on my birthday, I paid for his Uber to and fro, paid for the snacks and my tickets, and he just paid for his movie ticket. This man also booked an Uber to the cinema that was quite far from when he knew there was one closer to us. His excuse, that cinema always has so many people. This one is chill. When he's not paying for it too. I don't blame him. Even the snacks, I opted for the usual popcorn and drinks, but that dirty longer throat said we should add shawarma that I wasn't going to pay for. Then he graduated to subtly begging money for food and drugs. I was serving at the time and Alawi was 33K, so it's not like I had that much money. But he knew I had a soft spot, so he was planning well on how to change his voice like he's about to die if I don't send the money for food. Guess what? I never asked him for money once, and he never gave to me. My friends even used to tease me that how was I giving money to this big man? But upon all his lying that he dislikes feminists, he's happy to collect our money. What a joker. Ladies, please stop being with broke men who add zero value and only give it to those who have proven over time that they deserve it. Now I'm happy to announce I'm very okay with being called a stingy woman. So she doesn't even have a dilemma.
You don't have any dilemma. Thank you very much for your contribution. We thank you for your service. I'm glad that you've learned key lessons because I'm sorry, a man, as in after 2 weeks, asking you to send 1K for airtime is really crazy.
Yep. But, like, I think a lot of people don't recognize when they are being primed for something. So sometimes people are stretching
They're just
the limits
starting small.
They're trying to figure out,
how far you can go. So, this is the difference between this type of fellow and that babe that she was nervous about getting married. Can you see the difference between the two of them? Because two of them don't have work. See the way one is behaving. That's really all.
Yeah, very weird. I think it's also interesting to me how, not in this person's case specifically, but it's a good thing to clock very early that you are not bigger than the program.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the best way possible. So if you're with a partner who's disparaging something you admire and you don't mind, he doesn't mean minus you. Right? He's talking about the attributes.
Yeah.
And you having the attributes doesn't make it better for him.
Yeah.
He's including you.
Yep.
Or she's including you.
Mm-hmm.
So if your partner says they don't like all these loud girls and you're a loud girl, he means you too.
He actually means you. So I don't know why people try to... This thing has happened to me a number of times as a sidebar where, not even a guy that's necessarily moving to me, but you can tell that maybe they've tried to before. And then when a conversation about somebody else, and you're talking about all these babes that talk a lot on social media. And then I'm smiling. And then you look and you say, oh, no, you. I said, no, me. I said, the thing is,
me.
They're like, no, you. You know what I mean? I said,
no.
You mean me.
No.
It's you that does not know that. I know that you mean me. Don't worry. Because now what will happen is you now start to believe that you are the exception, but you are I'm like them. I'm
actually their ringleader.
We're actually two of us are together. We're actually the same. It was the other day, one guy was talking about, it's good that you're not on Twitter. All these baby are Twitter lots. I said, bro, have you checked my sister? I was there. I said, it's just because I'm not on the platform. I am them. I said, my brother, 2 hours a week, I'm talking. You've not seen anything. Go and do your findings. Because if you are coming here on all these babies have so many opinions, I see you need to type, I said what I said, into your browser. And
all these feminists.
I said you need, because once you start all this talk of all these babes, I said everybody you mentioned is actually a personal friend of mine. That was the funniest thing about that conversation. I was like, everybody you've mentioned, not only do I know them personally, I rate them highly. So where do we? It's not like, I was like, it's now awkward. Because what should we do now? How do we develop this conversation? So I find it another sidebar that I have that I also don't like is people who like this is from a thing that I watched it made me remember like people that I know. It is from people who don't like things that their partner likes, but instead of just it being like we're different people, you kind of mock it.
Mm-hmm.
I really hate that.
Example?
Okay, so for example, your partner is very into, I don't want to say this specific example just in case they listen to this platform.
We had one now with the K-pop babe.
Exactly. Okay, perfect example. K-pop. Now, you don't like K-pop, you're not into it. Cool. Don't listen to them. Don't watch them. Free the thing. Instead, you kind of mock it. But you don't mock them. You mock all these people that are obsessed with K-pop. I find it, especially when it's a conversation, it's so jarring because I'm like, guy, are we fools here? Can you not see? Like, I don't understand. This thing you're doing is irritating and I don't know why nobody's telling you that. It's not cute to be going through the corner to mock the person that you're with. I really find it highly irritating. Anyway, that's the side. But what else did I want to talk about? Egg freezing. I went for my first consultation. A few people messaged me about it, which is why I'm going to bring this up. The main question they had was, how much is it? I've not gotten it.
You've only done like consultations on
God
stuff.
bless you.
Yeah.
I actually had a conversation with my gynecologist to do like an initial workup. The initial workup is to find out like from baseline where you are in terms of like, obviously to freeze your eggs, they're going to prime
your body
to produce as many as possible. Now, to know how much priming you need, they need to know how far you are. So if you're normal, I have quite bad PCOS already. So, there's extra priming and so on and so forth. If you have more fertility issues, so you do your first workup. That is the stage I'm at. Then, one interesting thing I didn't realize was, so obviously there is so you are going to have to do like hormonal injections and possibly other medicine for like 7 to 10 days. Then there's the extraction process. Then there's the storage. Now, different facilities, just like any other thing, have different pros and cons. One thing I didn't think I would have to think about is how they do their power. Because my gynecologist was like, she recommended 2 storage facilities, and she was like, because she knows their backup system, they have backup for the backup. And she was like, what you don't want is a place where their gen can say that they won't stop working.
God forbid.
Meanwhile, your eggs
God forbid.
are inside, because it's like putting everything in a massive deep freezer.
Pretty much.
So and I don't know why I never thought about it, that why in Nigeria?
Yes, no.
Why in Nigeria? Power does go. So she was like, you have to think about that. The other thing I didn't realize, she was like, if you are planning to have your, look, I'm British, child abroad, they have to send the eggs.
Yes, no.
And that is also a transportation
cost.
Not just cost, also the way they do the transportation process.
Yeah.
So she was like, you have to ask all these questions before you do anything.
But so you wouldn't do implantation here?
It depends. She was saying that typically what people recommend is where you're planning to have the child, you do everything. However your doctor is, you do everything, but you don't have to.
Because it's implantation, and then once at least, like, then I know that there's something there.
There's something about like you want having one doctor throughout.
Okay, was the doctor? I don't know. We did. Okay, if I was having a child naturally, will it be in the room?
My dear, listen to what
for the natural implantation.
Listen to what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that if you have a fertility doctor or specialist, a lot of people want to carry through with the person that is essentially doing your IVF to also birth a child.
I want to let you know that. Okay, so that, okay. Because I was thinking.
If you have a child, get pregnant normally, it doesn't matter now. I'm saying as in the person, theoretically,
yeah.
Theoretically, a lot of people will be comfortable. The person that they've started this process with, freezing their eggs, doing IVF, is usually their doctor throughout the process to when they give birth. Now, if you're traveling, that's not going to be the case. So you have to think about the transportation. I'm having my children where I'm from.
Yes, but they'll implant here.
That's what I'm saying, but they might not.
They will.
I might not do that.
They'll implant here.
I might not do that.
They'll implant here.
Are you great? Are you paying for it?
Implantation is
They might not know.
Implant. Yeah.
Are you sick in the head?
They also scam. Look, what? Choke me with this thing here. You want I'm pregnant?
Anyway, the point is you have to consider if you want to do your...
No, but that's... No,
if you want to do your extraction abroad, there's actually... You can do it here. They're perfectly capable of doing it here. They do it all the time.
All the time.
She was very clear. She was like, they do it all the time. You just have to. It's up to you.
Yeah.
Basically, everybody will tell you that it doesn't matter. Like, whatever you want to do is what
it's up to you. But that's something to think about, honestly.
She was just saying it that I want to tell you everything involved. It's up to you. You can, anywhere I'm recommending you to, if you want to have your child there, I recommend it. But like, if you want to, she was like, if you want to, because like a lot of people want to do it abroad, then they don't think about the fact that there has to be a transfer. And so you also have to consider the place, the clinic you're using, how do they normally do, how do they do transfers, so on and so forth. Yeah. Which kind of service do they use? And because obviously in transfers, things go wrong.
Yeah, I was reading about how like fertility doctors in Nigeria, and they are really, really, so that's why I was like, the implantation part
they're really
fertility
good.
doctors in Nigeria are really,
it's actually
really good.
Like a subset of medicine that were really, really, like other African countries that come
and
here.
Even we're very good at that. dental. So if you want to do what people call cosmetic dentistry as well and dental surgery, Nigerian dentists are very, very good.
But like fertility,
and fertility were really good.
IVF,
And then
all of that.
fibroid treatments and stuff.
Yeah.
Because they were the most populous Black nation. Yeah. And so a lot of Nigerian doctors have seen that a lot.
Yeah.
And aside, also we're quite good at treating malaria.
Yeah.
And
so look, if you're a doctor and I'm saying nonsense, cool. I'm just recapping what they said in my own consultation.
I don't think it's nonsense, but something all they said is also to think about.
They're just saying it's something to think about that. Like, so basically now, after my own like gynae workup where I have all my results, it's now time for me to go to the 2 clinics that have been recommended to me for my own particular use case, in which you have to decide your own key factors and then have consultations with them and then choose one, basically.
And that's when you will now find out how much it costs.
No, that's when I'll now find out.
Wait, is that when you do the priming?
No. So
you're doing the priming now?
No, so there's no, I won't do any. Basically, I've just done like a workup like of my gynecological systems to know where I'm at from baseline. So now that I know, so I can show them that this is what I have. And then I now need to just pick the clinic for the actual freezing process and they'll be there that I do the priming. But that's when I'll find out each of their costs for all this. Because also you pay for storage.
Yeah.
I hope you know.
Yeah, you don't just keep it for you.
They don't just keep it. You do pay for storage. I mean, they go out of their way to tell you that it's not the type of thing where like if you can't pay on this particular quarter, they obviously they give you a quite a long rope. So, which is why a lot of them like ask people to pay like for a period at a time so that in case there's any issue that you're having, they give you quite a long group. It's not like next month they'll not throw your eggs away. There's a long group in case you're having financial issue. So just because she mentioned that people are always like, what will not happen? No, they understand this thing. They understand that what is at stake is like your future children potentially. And also you might not use them.
It's so random because this is as an aside talking about sort of like egg freezing, which leads to IVF, stuff like that. I saw that Bimbo Ademoye is paying, because she did this film, The Wait, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I don't know.
A Broken Hallelujah, that's what it's called. So she's doing I can't remember what metric it was that they got to, and she's paying for someone's fertility.
Oh, wow.
Treatments. It's like a thing, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I saw it on her stories or something like that, or a post or something like that.
It's very interesting because she was saying that like as a hospital, they recommend freezing from 35.
Okay.
That if you do want to do younger, cool. But like when they actually say, when a doctor will say to you, you should probably do it. Either you already have like, maybe you have fibroids, you have pre-existing conditions that might make it difficult for you. She was like, even people who have bad PCOS, they wait and see. So because I was like, I have a really bad, and she was like, to be honest, I would still have left it. But up to you. But it's just your eggs are the age you freeze them. So I freeze my eggs now, they're 33-year-old eggs. If I froze them at 30, they'll be 30-year-old eggs. These are things to have in mind. If you want to have 26-year-old eggs, you freeze them at 26.
Yeah.
So this is just the basic concept. But she was like, as a doctor, she never like
pushes for that.
Recommends it for people unless they're 35 and want to have children later. If you're 35 and you've never expressed interest in having children, it's not going to come up. So she was like, it's up to everybody. There are costs involved. It's not cheap, but it's not as expensive as doing it abroad. Which is why. So I will find out next week, about the 2 different price points. And then one will know how much it's going to cost. That's it.
Nice.
So, everybody should know how they're doing. Everybody should know how they're doing. I was actually not surprised, but a bunch of people like messaged to ask to remind me that please, you said you talk about this thing. One babe messaged me this morning that please, how far? And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I guess a lot of people are thinking about
100%
about it. And honestly, I like things that just give you the option. It doesn't mean, because you're saying another thing that a lot of Nigerians are worried that it means, kind of like writing a will. that you're kind of putting yourself in a bad. No, it's just you might have. She was like, a lot of times she has a lot of clients who have children naturally and then destroy the eggs because they don't
need them.
They don't need them anymore. And then people who don't want to have children now, then they decide later, but they've frozen the eggs so they can have them. There's so many different scenarios.
I think it's just knowing, having options like you said, and also knowing as you get older, you see more. And seeing people who have made what are quite frankly bad decisions based on the fear of, I want to have children, I need to have children. And they go into like a quite frankly a terrible relationship or a bad relationship, or they're deeply unhappy, but they just felt like my window is closing, my time is going, I just need to do this and do this now. And they made a decision given the information that they had.
Yeah, it's just like an insurance measure just in case you will need them later. Is a good thing to have. After my last period or whatever that I thought I was going to faint, I felt actually this is probably a bit key. So, someone was asking me, do you think everyone who has PCOS? I don't think so. I think it's honestly very case by case, depending on what you want to do and also where you are financially. Like I said, it doesn't cost nothing.
And mentally and emotionally, because sometimes we also we use the word transcribe other people's problems. Sometimes when we're having discussions about fertility and pregnancy, like having women in their late 30s, early 40s, for a lot of West Africans, that's not like a strange thing. I think there's also like a panic and a fear around fertility and motherhood and childrearing. And it's always swinging from one extreme pendulum to the next, right? There's a time that everybody was carrying egg freezing and IVF as a silver bullet. It's just going to do it. And it's not that.
It's not.
But it's always about having more options. But it's just this thing about women just having more options and being able to make better decisions. Because I can't remember who I was talking to about this, and like an older aunt, and she was like, you do know my mom had me at 43, right?
That's great.
Yeah, like this is not...
Like these are not crazy
like you'll be hearing things about when if you come from a family that has a large family and then you realize the age gap between the firstborn and the sixth, 20 years.
Yeah, you'll be seeing like 15-year differences. So
and the parents started at 23, 20. It's not like the parents were like old. They started, but their mothers were having... But the world has changed, like our bodies have changed. There is that. But her whole thing was not to, she's also like very Christian. She was like, don't be overly fearful.
Yeah, about it. It
like
doesn't mean
she thought it was a good idea, but she was like, don't approach these things because of fear-based.
Yeah.
This thing should be because I want to have options, not I'm afraid, I'm panicked,
and like
I'm worried.
Also, another thing, she was like, the priming, the injecting yourself with hormones, she was like, it's like doing like a baby IVF round. She was like, for example, if you tell me that you're taking a professional exam in 2 weeks, you cannot start now. That's not
stress
the time.
levels,
That's not the time for you to be injecting yourself all sorts of things and basically having,
cortisol spikes.
Your period hormones magnified. That's not the time for that's not the time for you to be doing. So she was like, you also need to do it at a time where there's nothing pressing that you need, because also stress affects your body, all these things. So if you are waiting on one big news, that they won't recommend you do it in those 2 weeks.
Because
that is not
high stress.
She was like, she was like, there was someone that was like very close to her wedding, and she was like, girl, no. Your body will not perform appropriately because you're already... So all these different things that you think about, and then obviously by the time I find out the price, I'll now know, because I was telling someone that I'm going to find out the price and then find out to save the money. Not that I'll find the price and pay. So she was like, it's kind of a very paced process, because you need to figure out. So they will ask you to schedule when you think things are like, just you have a 2-week normal period in your life where you can do, because nobody's rushing anyway.
I do know someone that got pregnant while she was
oh wow,
trying to do
that's so funny.
And she's convinced that it's because she was starting the process. So her anxiety levels went down. And then she had stopped pestering, like their sex life was now fun again.
Yeah, it wasn't like,
So she was like, well, look at that. Interventa.
So yeah. Anyway, that's that about the egg freezing situation.
Fantastic and great. Thank you so much, correspondent Fikemi.
I
appreciate it so much.
I shall be back with my updates next time. And also there's different levels that you can do it. Because I said, I just did my workup. Someone was like, how much was it? I said, don't follow me. My sister, go to your relevant gynecologist. That's the first step I recommend. If you don't have, go and have.
Go and get on, yeah.
Go and have. No, don't follow me.
All right, guys, this has been fun as usual.
All right.
If you are still listening at this point, we offer you our sincere acknowledgement. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Ideas.
Sorry, please give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Hello, Auntie. So sorry. I'm in my podcast record. Hi. I'm going to call you back. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
This episode of I Said What I Said is brought to you by Carousel Networks. We are your hosts, Fikemi, FK Abudu, and Jola Jules Ayeye. Our producer is Debbie Romeo. Our production associate is Theresa Ajayi. Our social media manager is Najiti Anira. Our cinematographer is Divine Nabuko. Our audio engineer is David Kenny. And our camera assistant is Abolade Oluyede. There's no sponsor. Goodbye.